Hi, everybody. My name is Lindsay, and I'm a Bravoholic.
You're preaching to the choir. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Honey, you have to stop saying that.
Bravoholics Anonymous.
All right, now we're going to be talking about our favorite show. Thomas, how was your week, by the way? What have you been up to?
Nothing.
Great. That's boring.
I know. Just a bunch of nothing. What about you? Let's do you, because I couldn't even tell you. I'm in that part of phase of the year where I'm like, I don't know. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. I don't want to do anything.
Because it's winter?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair, but also boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a beautiful summer day out today in LA, and I hate to say that almost every time and brag, but it's just like, it is. It's so nice today, and it's going to be 80s all week. And so when I walked the dogs, it was really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been literally editing this podcast nonstop, and because we have just so much Traitors to get through. I don't think I'm going to catch up. I think that the season finale is going to come out and the reunion on Thursday, and I'm still going to be pumping out episodes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we have this one too.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
I just had the Black Banquet just came out. It's a lot. But I also don't want to like shortchange anyone our thoughts because I think they're fun and valuable.
That's beautiful.
And we've been getting so much positive feedback about the podcast. We have a fan in Nevada that really loves when you get angry. That's her favorite. And then we also have a fan here in LA. He's actually a Bravoholic. Chris Byers is always listening to the podcast when he's not even on it. And he is a big fan, too, of our rapport. So that's exciting to hear.
That's nice. I need to actually...
I'm sure people are really invested in like who we're rooting for on Traitors, you know?
Yeah, well, there's not many left that I'm rooting for.
I know. Well,
I'm really over these people. I texted you after I texted you after this episode, and I was like, I don't even care. I'm so over these idiots.
I know. You're like, it's done.
It's done.
And honestly, the episode that just came out, you're like, if they get rid of Steven, one of them you're like, I think Natalie and Candace are going all the way. And then another one you were like, if they get rid of Steven, I'm not even going to watch the show. If Robert Colton wins, I'm not even going to watch the show anymore. And I'm like, uh-oh, Thomas, it's not looking good for your future with Traitors.
I don't know. I still have faith that Rob can lose. And I hope he does.
Oh, I think they all know that Rob's a traitor.
Yeah.
I think they all know that Rob's a traitor. Well, let's jump right into it. Yeah. First, I want to welcome everybody back to this week's meeting of Bravoholics Anonymous. This is your weekly support group for all things reality TV. And if you're new here, this is a safe space where Bravo addicts and pop culture obsessives come to break down the drama one meltdown at a time. One roundtable at a time. One dagger vote for two at a time.
Yeah.
And today, Thomas is wearing a sweater inspired by Stephen Coletti himself.
That's right. He gave me this sweater for our 4th anniversary. Hey, babe, if you're watching, I'm wearing this today for you. I'll see you when you get home.
I also took a microdose of an edible, so we are against the clock right now. And at any point, it could kick in, so we should be prepared.
Okay. I'm Thomas, and I'm a Bravoholic. You said people like it when I get angry. I don't get angry, right?
No, I don't think you do, actually. I don't think anyone's actually seen you angry yet.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little mildly angry, like a little tiffed, maybe.
Mm-hmm. For fun, in like a fun way. I'm like a cool, angry person, right?
Yeah. You're really cool. You never get angry.
I'm like chum. Like don't really care about anything.
Well, what did you think of Traitors this week? What did you think of the episode?
I feel like Mark at the end when he just like threw his chalkboard. I'm like, yeah, girl. I'm over it.
Well, Mark.
Poor Mark.
Mark isn't listening to the people he trusted the entire game.
I will say,
You know?
this did make me a Natalie fan, though. This episode did make me a Natalie fan.
Kristen literally said to Mark, if I am murdered tonight, it's Eric. And I don't think Mark took that seriously. I think Mark is under the hypnotism of Boys Club. And it's going to get him murdered tonight because this last murder going into the finale is going to be the most important murder yet. This is going to align all the chess pieces for who's going to vote by the fire pit.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what Rob decides. I know it's Rob and Eric, but it's more Rob, what
real.
Rob decides.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Rob, a lot of people are thinking that Rob's going to be going for Mark. I know that Rob went to Maura and was like, tonight we get out Natalie, then we have to get out Johnny and Tara. And I don't think he would have said that to Maura unless his plan was to take Maura to the finale and kill Mark. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's going to make him look bad. He can't kill Johnny and he can't kill Tara because he just told Maura that's his plan. You know what I'm saying?
But also when Johnny in his confessional was like, I think there are 2 traitors left, and I think they're Eric and Rob. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's going to die.
Johnny is spot on. The whole game we've been rooting for Johnny Weir. And finally, Johnny is spot on. Tara wore her thinking cap in this episode and was actually somehow, maybe, broken clock is right once a day. Not even twice with Tara.
She wore her thinking cap for the first half, and then she wore her pussy hat for the second half in a not good way.
Chode hat.
Yeah.
It's a chode hat. It's a testicle hat.
Right.
It's not a pussy hat.
That's like the powerful one, the pink one. Remember those? Those were
right.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she was definitely. She definitely was a coward at that round table. But we'll get to it. Mm-hmm. Don't you worry.
I feel
First, let's talk about how disappointed we were in the fashion.
Again, yeah. I mean, Amora's wig came back great, but. Stupid Rob wore
We love that wig.
We love the wig.
We
love the wig. Honestly, wig.
We love the wig.
Yeah. But
and honestly, Maura's not trying fashion is still better than everyone else's cumulative fashion. If we gave everyone else at that breakfast table on Traitors a score for their fashion in this episode, Maura's still outscoring them all combined because it's so lackadaisical now. It's like everyone's run through their suitcase and maybe they have one nice outfit left that they're saving if they make it all the way to the finale. But we're getting casual. I think Eric has a brown sweater that has like a gold sparkle to it. That's like the most extra out of the group.
Groundbreaking. Yeah.
Groundbreaking, Eric. Thank you.
And Eric was wearing clothes. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know. I loved Natalie's red pleather club dress. There was
her club dress.
I mean, in a fun way, a funny way. There were so many memes about it. Where
she does look good in it. Don't get me wrong, but what it was too short on top and too short on bottom, and she's having to wear these heels around the house. She doesn't look comfortable in it.
I thought it was so funny. All these memes that were when you have Roundtable at 9 and then the club after. And what made me laugh so hard is I pretended when she came in, the last one in at breakfast, and they all went, oh, I pretended the gasp was because they saw what she was wearing. It made it really funny.
That's so real. I did gasp.
Yeah.
I feel bad too because I feel like I would be like her, and if I was in a different climate like Scotland, I would definitely start to break out because the food hasn't been good. The water's, it's probably a different climate, the humidity. I could definitely see myself breaking out. So she's got a little breakout happening, and then they put her in that red pleather dress, and I'm just like, this is mean. Can't someone just give her a cable knit sweater at this point? Did she bring a sweater?
Yeah, I want to know what time of year this is, because they also, for the challenges, have full-on Under Armour, and then at night are here's my club dress. And, yeah, there's really no in-between.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I don't know. It's it feels a little crazy to me. But
I love it.
And then we also have Rob is now just and he's wearing a flannel shirt with the overalls, one unstrapped. It's all too much.
I can't stand him.
Just don't wear a shirt.
I just can't stand him
don't
anymore.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm so over him. And he's at breakfast. He's
I definitely don't despise him as much as I despised Colton earlier in the game. you know?
It's close for me. Because this whole episode, he's like, I gotta keep my boy Eric safe. And I'm like, why? You don't know him. Why are you keeping him safe but not Candace and Lisa? Oh, it's because he's a man.
I think he didn't have the confidence because he's like, at the end of the day, he's just a model. I think everyone because he's a straight man competing in this game. I think everyone's giving him like way more credit for the things he's doing. He's not reinventing the wheel. The game he's playing on Traitors, we've seen every season. Like, I just think that like everyone's giving him tons of credit because he's a guy doing it, and that's what we naturally do. That's how we've been raised in the patriarchal society. And I just think that he really didn't have the confidence to think of anything for Lisa or for Candace. So he just naturally, it was easier for him to gravitate to Colton. But now that he has to almost be the leader of this group, and he's not normally the leader type, he's more of like if this was like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, Rob gives Lancelot. Like, he's kind of an individual. He's kind of like the fuckboy. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's his vibe. Mm-hmm. And I just think like he's not King Arthur here. He's not leading everybody. But people are now looking to him to do that because he's the only straight cis male left in the game. So now they're all like Maura, Mark, Eric. They're all like, whoa. Like even Johnny and Tara. Like even Johnny and Tara at the round table totally flinched and backed down from the idea of going against Rob because Rob spoke so intensely about Natalie that they cowered it out.
Yeah, that was so annoying. But, okay.
I was really annoyed, and I really felt for Natalie. Natalie was literally like, I want to reach across the table and strangle Tara. And I was like, that is exactly how I would feel.
Yeah.
But I would not have held my tongue. Like, Natalie had nothing to lose. I would have, like, probably made Tara cry.
I mean, she did. She cried after, and I I was like, you should be
no,
crying.
I would have made her cry at the table.
No, I want to see it.
All day they hyped her up. And then they had, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the round table now. Then they had the nerve, the audacity for Tara to start the round table and be like, hey, Johnny and I put it all out last week, so I'd like someone else to start this week.
She fully was like, hi, I don't want to be wrong anymore. Does anyone else want to go? She was like,
don't say anything then. Just sit there.
Right.
Like Eric, and don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Do you think Rob? I think Rob should have chosen Mark to recruit. I think that would have been a better idea. Thoughts?
I'm thinking about it. The thing about Eric and Mark is I don't think Rob could have been completely confident in being able to fully trust Mark because Kristen was still in the game. Mm-hmm. And then he couldn't get rid of Kristen. And Kristen would have been on to Rob. She was already on to Rob.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at the two, like Eric was more of a lone wolf. Eric's not going to enforce that anyone's kept safe. He's not going to compete with Rob for ideas. It's like, it's very...
He's a follower.
It's much easier for Rob to steamroll somebody like Eric than it is Mark. Mm-hmm. You never know which way Mark is going to go. Even in this episode, it was like, is he aligned with Rob or is he not aligned with Rob?
I also love... And
then in the game, he got snapped at and he was like, I'm alone. I'm not with anybody,
Loved that moment. Yeah, I think...
I think... Should we get... What were we going to say?
Rob
Who do you think he should
Rob is like spirulina a little bit. He's like making some mistakes, and I'm here for it. Like the whole like crash out during the game, and then at Roundtable, and he's like, does anyone want me to defend myself? I was like, whoa, sir. Like, you need to relax.
Okay, diva.
Okay, diva.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Go off.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
Go off. What do you got to say?
Get your panties in a twist, Rob, okay? Yeah.
Well, let's jump to breakfast. Let's pick it up from the beginning. And Rob and Maura are first in at the breakfast table. And she goes into this whole thing about how this diatribe about how she like really trusts Rob, and in this game you need to trust others. And I feel like then we get this confessional scene, which feels so prompted by by the producers, where Rob's like,
it's just really hard.
I just feel bad. I'm starting to feel bad about it, and like. I don't know. I'm like, this is like getting really real for me.
I'm just like, it's real emotions. I feel like we've been friends. You know?
Yeah. I'm just like really, really sad about it. And I'm just like, okay, Rob, whatever. I don't believe for a second any of this. I feel like it's absolutely, absolutely all about Rob, and Rob is like, has no problem. He's Mr. I love chess. You want to play chess with me? And I think he just sees the game that way. I don't think he feels bad, but I think that like the producer's like, well, you got to say this so that, you know, people keep rooting for you. You know, you want whatever.
People are gonna come for
It's hard, right? I feel like the only thing that's hard for him is for him to like keep strategizing and not mess up.
Right. That's the only thing.
I feel like that's harder for him.
Yeah.
Than eliminating people.
I literally wrote down.
And then
literally wrote down, I don't feel bad for him.
No, I don't feel bad for him at all.
At all.
And I feel like if he was forced to, like, you know, if Eric was like, let's take out Maura. I mean, so far Maura seems like the only one that Rob has been trying to keep safe. Because every time her name comes up, he like detours to like another person.
Yeah.
But I still think he would like axe her if he had to. But she is so vocal at the round table supporting him. Yeah. She's so vocal.
But she feels so dumb watching this back. She has so many moments where she's like, I would be so floored if Rob was a traitor. Like, can you imagine? And everyone's like, yeah, we can. That's why we're talking about it. She's like, I wonder
if the producers' questions to them in confessionals like ever tip them off, because in Big Brother in the past there have been people that got information from producers' questions. Like they're usually more seasoned or veteran people, but they talk about it, like how they kind of put things together based on what production's asking them to make responses based on.
I wonder. I'm probably not in this because they're so dumb anyway. Like, I wrote down all these people left are bad at this game. I'm so over it. Like, nobody left deserves to win. Like, imagine if this season ends and either Eric wins or like Maura and.
I want Eric to win. I think it'd be so funny. Even though I think he's going to be the first out. Someone did like a flow chart online the other day, and they were like, here's what would happen if this person, that he has to get rid of Mark so that they can then go after Eric, blah, blah, blah. But I really think if he keeps Mark, then they will go after Eric first.
Yeah.
And maybe he needs Eric's vote at the fireside to make sure he's not kicked off. Right. I don't know. I think he needs Eric.
Yeah.
Does Eric need him?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do anything on his own. Sorry, like.
Well, at this point, he'll already be holding hands at the fire pit. Like, he's already at the end, so.
Right.
Does he need Rob to vote to keep him in the game?
I guess so. But will he? Probably not. I can see him turning on Eric. Yeah, steamrolling, so he can get his $180,000.
They have to do one more challenge in the finale where they, like, make up for all the money.
Can they make it an even number? Yeah, come on.
I think they have a chance. They always have like a competition at the end where they can make the pot like what it was supposed to be, like the $250K or whatever.
Which again, I don't know.
Sorry, I thought my watch thought I was on a workout still. I was like, what is happening on my Apple Watch right now? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so Rob then tells Maura that he thinks that Natalie died, and Maura says Natalie or Kristen. So at least, like, Maura has enough wherewithal to guess who she thinks is dying accurately. Because that's who we were all debating at Beaches in WeHo this week when we watched the episode. They did the murder board. Reality Bar hosts a big event. It was so much fun. Hopefully Bravoholics Anonymous can host one too. And they had a big murder board. And you get to put a post-it on who you think is going to be murdered. And I picked Kristen, and I was right.
You were right.
So I got a free drink. I got a Jello shot. It was fun.
Wow. Wait, did everyone who picked Kristen got a free drink?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's fun.
And so that rules.
Do you suck the Jello shot, or do you like? How do you?
You go like you have it like this, and you tongue around,
Oh my God.
and then you just pour it in your mouth.
And then do you chew it?
You never done Jello shot before?
No, girl. I'm a teetotaler.
What's that mean?
I don't drink.
Oh.
Ooh, like you rim it. You put your tongue in there, and then you like just slide it down your gullet like an oyster, or do you like chew it up?
After you like rim the little cup, then it just slips right out. You just slurp it down.
Do you slurp it or do you chew it?
No, I put it through my teeth and then I just swallow it.
Okay, just curious. Okay, I might want to do that.
And I go with the Jello.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's hot.
Exactly. I knew you'd like that. I knew you would like that. Okay. So at least Maura has like the wherewithal to guess who like the most realistic people were to get murdered, and she's accurate. Like, why did Maura think it was Natalie or Kristen?
I mean, that's like what? That's happening.
Why didn't Maura think it was going to be Mark or Johnny or Tara?
Were all those people up for? I think
Yeah.
No, it was just Johnny, Tara, Natalie, and Kristen.
Oh, from the box challenge.
Yeah. So she was half
But
right.
still,
It was 50-50
why
chance.
didn't she think it was Johnny or Tara? Why didn't she think it was Johnny or Tara?
She thinks
Still
they're
right.
traitors. That's why.
Oh, okay.
She thinks one of them's a
Okay.
traitor.
I was just trying to like figure that
I know.
out.
Sorry,
I was
you're
like,
trying to
Maura...
give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think we should.
Okay. You think she's truly, truly empty upstairs?
No, I think I'm just mad at her because she's just ruining everything. This whole episode, I was like,
Yeah,
Maura,
I know.
don't tell them that. Like when she was in the car, I was like, stop it.
Can she just play on her own? That's what makes me angry
Yes.
about Maura is like I know it's a team sport to be a faithful, but she truly cannot like take in information and just be with it. She has to like go push it into someone else's hands. She like gets the information and then she has to give it to somebody else. Even when Ron Funches was targeting Maura, she like heard that Ron was mentioning her name, and then she went and had to tell Rob and everybody the second she got back to the castle, that Ron was targeting her and she wants to go for Ron. Like, she can't just be in the moment for a minute, you know?
Yeah, when Natalie and Tara brought up Rob to her, she was like, oh, okay. And was saying, like, wouldn't that be crazy? There's no way. And then brought it.
Well, I saw this Page 6 interview and I reposted it on TikTok. If you don't follow Bravoholics Anonymous on TikTok,
What are you doing?
we're there. And I reposted it, and it was literally more in an interview with a bunch of the faithfuls. And she was like, yeah, when anyone came up to me and told me that they thought it was Rob, I was like, I don't want to hear it. I literally didn't want to hear that Rob could be a traitor. And I was like, come on.
Yeah, that's a dumb way to play the game. You need to, everyone is
I
a
know,
suspect,
I
even your
know,
bestie.
But then we have to give credit to Rob because he literally got everyone with 2 brain cells out of the game and left a conglomeration of uneducated in the castle.
Or at least like easily manipulated and just like, yeah.
Influence.
Every person who
scared.
on camera has said, I'm not very good at this.
Yeah, you're not.
That's correct.
And poor Natalie. I mean, I would have been furious if I was in Natalie's
Yeah.
position at that round table. I would have came for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tara, after all that work that day, Tara turns and does like, oh, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
never going to let it go.
No, that was not cool.
Well, let's talk about that. After breakfast, Tara pulls Natalie.
That's the thing.
And
It was
it's
her
like-
idea. Oh my God.
I
forgot
know.
that. I forgot that.
know. That's why Natalie was like so angry about it.
Yeah.
That's why I was so angry about it.
I forgot that it was her
You were
that pulled
this
Natalie
close.
and was like, I think it's Rob, and convinced her to do it. Oh my God.
As much as I think if Natalie agrees to get a stylist, she should get to come back for All Stars.
But only on that stipulation, yeah.
Only on that stipulation. And I think she'll agree.
I think
I
I
she'll
love
do
her.
great.
I love her vibe. I love her wrestler outfits and her club dresses. I'm here for it.
I just don't think she looks comfortable. I don't think it actually represents her.
We can ask.
I think you can tell by her body language and how she moves. I feel like she's trying, and she's not used to walking around in those heels and in that tiny little dress. Just let her wear her sports bra then and her sweatpants, because if Rob's allowed to go around in overalls and no shirt, Natalie can wear her sports bra and sweatpants.
And maybe like bedazzle them. That'd be cute.
That would really be giving WWE energy.
Or like a
She
tartan.
really would be going for to be a diva.
What about like a tartan
WWE
tartan
diva.
sweat set? Like that's something.
That'd be great. I'm pretty sure Fabletics had one a couple years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be so her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want her to be her, but maybe a little bit more Scottish influenced. Like Scottish influenced Natalie, not whatever this is. Anyway, so she pulls her, and Tara tells Natalie she thinks it's Rob. And literally everyone in the bar I was at erupted. They were shocked. Everyone was gasping. They're like, oh, Tara, oh my God. What? Tara figured it out?
Yeah.
And then Tara brings up Candace using Rob's name at the Roundtable. And then we get a cut to Mark asking Rob to look him in the eye and tell him if he is the traitor or not as they're leaving the castle. And I just want to point out my first hell no moment of the episode. Okay? It's that Rob has never done this. I think one of the biggest red flags for me is like, who has come up to me and made sure I'm not a traitor? Who's like looked me in the eye, that's even my ally, and been like, are you a traitor? And looked for a response. And Mark does this to Rob. Not only does he like give him a delayed response that comes off so shady, Rob doesn't ever ask Mark or Maura or anybody else if they're a traitor.
That's a great point. Like traitors don't ask like, okay.
Natalie did it to Jam Jam. She walked into the library and was like, look at me. Are you a traitor? She did it to Ron Funches too. Same thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that is normal to do that. That's normal to just one time be like, don't lie to me, Thomas. Are you a traitor?
No.
Okay, I believe you. You could still be like, okay, I believe you. But you have to ask these people if they're a traitor or not, especially if they haven't been confronted at the round table.
Right. Yeah, and he was like, it's not you, right? And Rob was like, yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? I would have been like, what? You mean no? Like, he did not handle that well. And yeah, I would immediately be like, you're not, are you? Okay, I trust you. At least
Mark has to know.
He has to.
Mark has to know.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, when Natalie gets banished and he's, like, talking to Rob, he's like, it's not Tara. She, like, wouldn't have faked those tears.
Exactly.
He's like, it's only, like, who
Mark
is it down
has
to?
to know.
Yeah. It has to be every other person you've never thought of, because there's 5 people left, and sorry, it's you, boo.
Mm-hmm. Well, Natalie wants to pull Maura.
Ugh, mistake.
Which I think is
Dumb.
the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah, why do you...
So dumb, Natalie. Okay, maybe she shouldn't be on All Stars. I changed my mind.
Right, like she should have pulled Mark, or I don't know. I guess Mark and Maura are both like Rob people, but like
I would have pulled Mark
Johnny.
or Eric first. Of course, Johnny. I think she's like, whatever Tara does, Johnny's on board. So we need to talk to somebody else.
Right.
But I would have pulled an Eric, or I would have pulled. Oh my God, my dog just farted and it smells so bad.
Attaboy.
No, it's so bad.
Is he okay? Did he eat something rotten?
Oh. I wish I could put the air purifier on, but we're recording. This is torture.
Live and smell-o-vision.
Anyway, no, they should have pulled anybody else. I think
Anyone else.
it's just like Johnny is a vote with Tara. I think Maura is like the tag along duckling to Rob at this point. You can't, she's not going to be, I mean, I think they should talk to her at some point that day, but they shouldn't count on her vote being the helpful vote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they you know, they pull Maura, and Natalie goes to Maura and she's like, why did Candace mention Rob? And Maura's like, I think she just messed up. I think it was
throwaway
was
vote.
just a throwaway vote.
It's like, but then she was revealed to be a traitor. So like, why wouldn't you take that as maybe a lie?
No.
Yeah.
Well, Maura doesn't even know the game.
She forgot
People
that
are
Candace
saying
was a
that,
traitor.
Like, Maura didn't even know the game the first couple
We
of weeks.
banish
Like,
people?
had to walk her through what was happening.
How do we do that? Oh, we're voting? Okay.
How do we do that?
When do I get-
We sit at a round table?
When do I get money?
How do we do that?
Okay, just tell me which episodes I can wear my wig. Okay.
And when do they tell me if I'm a traitor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me what episode to wear my wig. I'll be good.
I don't want to
worry.
die. I don't want to be murdered. Oh, it's not real. Okay. This isn't Squid Game
It'd be fun
Scotland.
if there was like an all-star version of Traitors where people had to pair with pairs and they put like strong players with really weak players, or like they paired people up randomly. That would be a really interesting
I like that.
dichotomy.
Teams, traitor teams.
Traitor teams. I think people would hate that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so Maura just thinks it's messed up, and I don't know. I'm just like, Maura, how maybe Maura knows too, though. Here's the thing. Maybe Maura does know that Rob is a traitor and has been keeping her safe the whole time. But maybe she's just expecting to save Rob's like banishment for the finale night, because she knows that everyone's going to eventually be on to him, and she doesn't want to be responsible for banishing him. You know?
I guess.
I'm really giving her the benefit of the doubt.
are.
I really am.
There was another moment when he said to her,
I'm such a good person.
you really are, and it's really beautiful, but I think it's a little misguided in this situation, but I think you should keep that outlook. You're doing the Lord's work. There was another moment when Rob and Maura are eating, and he's like, okay, first we're going to get out Natalie, and then Johnny and Tara. There's another moment, I guess I'm going to give it up to the editing, where again, I was like, where she like kind of paused, and it's like, either she just put everything together and was like, oh my God, he's a traitor because he just has this plan. Or B, she was like, oh my God, that was really hot. Like,
I think can I tell you, my initial reaction was she was turned on.
yeah. No, unfortunately, I think it's the latter.
I'll be real. I felt it through the camera that she was turned on.
Because he kind of like leaned into her and whispered.
And then she had to think about what he actually said.
Yeah, she was like, God, what were the names he just said? Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's how it felt. It wasn't like, that's what it felt like. Because he said it close to her too, like, and then walked away.
And I didn't see numbers floating
thinking.
over her head. No, it was more like,
No.
cartoon gulp. Yeah.
That's what it, I'm not just saying that for like the drama of it. That's really how it felt. It really felt like Maura was just like totally turned on by Rob at that point. And then she was like, okay, whatever you say.
Just tell me who to vote today. Tonight.
Exactly. It's like, they're all idiots. I got your back. Don't worry, baby.
I've got your back. You've got my front.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk about the competition.
I'm hype.
What a team.
Go team. Honestly,
What a team.
Go team.
Go team. Now, we would be Tara and Johnny in the castle. Like, literally, we would literally be, like, I am so sympathetic to their friendship because I understand the depth of their friendship. I really fully understand it.
Yes.
Like, I grew up with Italian girlfriends who had like total traumatic homes, and like you just when you see a friend that's that close to you go through something like a divorce or like something like that, I just understand how it can be. And I feel like the environment of this competition and where it's at and the pressure they're feeling, it's like they've been working together as friends for a decade. Mm-hmm. It's easy to want to just gravitate towards that person, and like they're so giddy about each other. It's hilarious.
That's great. I like to think
It's so cute. It's so cute.
I like to think we'd be a little bit better at the challenges than them.
Oh, you would be way better than Johnny Weir in the challenges.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted that to be validated. Thank you.
Right. I knew it wasn't about me. I knew it was about you.
Wait, I'd be like a little bit better, right?
It wasn't about me. I knew it was about you. That's why I did that. See, we are Johnny and Tara.
We know.
Except I would never
And you wouldn't
be as reserved.
You wouldn't be
Tara.
as much of a coward as her. Yeah.
I would be probably getting us into more trouble than anything, and you'd need to just stick by me and not get angry at me.
Right, and I think you wouldn't be as bad at this as she is. Yeah.
No, but I would be like, I just feel like if I was Natalie though, and Tara was doing to me what she did in that episode, and let's say I was around the next day in the castle though, I would literally, you'd have to be
Hold you
you'd
back.
have to be like, Lindsay, stop staring at her like that. And I literally probably would just go confront her at breakfast for the scene.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I'd play it up for cameras, but I would probably, you know.
You take her.
Tara really, really hung her feet to dry. Like, and I know that Natalie pissed me off the last few weeks because, you know, she was working with Colton and working with Rob, but I still don't think, like, you know, that Natalie deserved to be completely abandoned out there.
Yeah, and I also like think she was trying to play the game and doing it better than all these other people, and just like finally had something that was not even her idea to begin with, and she's like, all right, let's do it. And they were like, I don't know, I don't want to be wrong. You're coming out your...
They're like, oh, but Rob said it might be you, and now I feel stupid, and I'm just gonna back down on my idea and follow Rob.
Yeah.
Isn't that? It's just giving like it's giving patriarchy. It drives me nuts. Okay, well, let's go to the competition.
Yeah.
Let's do the comp.
Love.
So the competition is it's musical chairs.
Basically.
I actually knew they were going to pull seats away before they even said that. I felt like that was a given. Otherwise, how are they going to get rid of people?
She works in unscripted, people. She worked in unscripted. She knows the tea.
Did you not think that? Were you like, oh my God, when they said that? Or did you assume?
Honestly, the only thing I was thinking was that Tara and Eric have a really big advantage by not having to spin around.
Yeah, well, they have to go get their dummy, and then they have to put it back in their seat. So there's
okay.
a little time handicap.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
And I don't think the spinning was really that disorienting.
Yeah. Oh, and also...
I was wishing it would... I really wish it was, like, insane.
This is why I miss the challenge, the old days of the challenge. I'm thinking back to an elimination where it was CT versus Shane, and they put them on a carousel like that. They make them drink a glass of milk and cookies, and then like get on it again and keep spinning and spinning, and then the first person to throw up goes home.
Milk. Yeah, the challenge is brutal. If you haven't watched the challenge, Bravoholics, the challenge is so brutal.
Chef's kiss.
They have like their little matches to like go home and stuff will be like, you guys are gonna wrestle to the death. Like
you're gonna put your hand on a grill
in freezing cold shark infested waters over spikes.
We're gonna hang you upside down.
700 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first challenge is always something like in the air, so that like 4 people completely collapse and have meltdowns on the pilot, like the season premiere. Like they always do that.
There was one where they had There was one there where they had to jump across. They're like put it on this rain machine, and they were just like had like 8 cars suspended 30 feet above water. And they just had to hop from wet car to wet car and not fall in the water.
So they're just eating shit on aluminum the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one guy really hurt himself. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen so many insane challenges episodes.
So
like I love that show. We need to cover that show.
Oh yes, it's on Paramount Plus. Seasons like 10 through 40 are on Paramount Plus. I'm down for it.
You have to share your login because I just canceled my Paramount literally last week.
Oh yeah, I canceled mine too. I mooch off my brother-in-law's. I'll send you that.
Okay, perfect.
Cam.
I'll be Thomas.
Yeah.
Hi Cam.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Cam. Honestly, for all the confidence boosting you give Nancy, Cam, give it to us, Cam. Sponsor the pod. Oh my God. It's technically sponsored. It's an in-kind sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Cam. Thanks for your donation.
Cam, and thanks Saratoga Water.
Stop.
Do you have an ice storm? Impending
Don't
ice
thank
storm?
Saratoga Water. Thank you, Tap Water, because
What?
they don't sponsor us, Thomas.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what's wrong with them? You always tell me what's wrong with someone, which I appreciate.
Oh my gosh. Fine.
Oh, my
Okay,
first hell no moment of the episode was Maura telling Rob and Mark and whoever else in that car that Natalie came for them. Or for Rob.
Well, I know she really couldn't keep it to herself.
And she's like, and they had no facts. They had no evidence. It's like, no, they did. You just don't think it's
I'm
correct.
wondering, okay, so I haven't seen Maura from Love Island like in a relationship, because all the context I've seen Maura was when she was like hosting or co-hosting on Love Island. But I feel like if she was in a relationship, Maura is the type that needs like a lot of like words of affirmation validation, because she needed to bring that information to somebody else and have somebody else like tell her something or do something with it. I mean, but maybe I'm being really judgmental, because honestly, like if anyone told me anything in this game, I would probably want to go tell somebody. Like I love a little gossip.
I guess.
But I think I also could sit with stuff and think about it, especially if it was like my ally. Like if someone came to me and told me Thomas was like a traitor and they were thinking that and this is why, I would probably be a little bit more strategic about how I approached you.
But is that if you knew, would you be doing that if you were a traitor and you knew I wasn't? Is that the framework you're going into this with?
No, it would be that I'm a faithful.
Okay.
But why do you always label me as a traitor?
Because
What's
that's
up
what you
with
want,
that?
right?
I don't know anymore.
Oh my God, okay.
After seeing how tired Rob and Eric looked at the breakfast table
like,
this morning, I literally was like, how do they not know they're traitors? They look exhausted.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah, no, they were. I've never seen Rob look so tired at breakfast. It's one of the things I always look at. And Candace was great about it. Candace never looked tired. But Rob and Eric kept yawning. Like they looked so tired at the beginning of this episode at the breakfast table.
I would establish that I take naps as soon as possible. Like if I was named a traitor, I'd be like, all right, let me start pretending to nap now.
So you could nap in the castle?
Yeah. Or just like in the car on the way there.
No, you would need to be talking to people. You'd need to be playing the game. You could not be napping. There's no way.
But then I would be able...
You are so competitive, you would not.
It would be a dead
There's
giveaway
no
though, because I'd be like yawning all the time.
Thomas would be like, everyone has to nap now.
Yeah, guys, don't
Because
talk
I
without
need
me,
to nap.
okay?
Everyone else has to nap right now because I need to nap.
Nap time? Okay.
Rob, your eyes are open.
Close them. Close them. Thank you.
Hey, who's whispering over there?
Court-ordered nap time. I'd work it into the
That's
schedule.
literally you, Thomas. That's literally you.
You're right. So anyway, musical chairs. They have to go yank money bags out of stuffed animals at this shitty carnival. Love.
Uh-huh. And what happened at the beginning? What happened with Mark and Rob?
Oh my God. Rob, they didn't know that there's musical chairs and there's going to be one chair taken away. And he like threw a little hissy fit. And Mark grabbed a bag that was only $750 when they range from $750 to $2,500. And Rob was like, why are you grabbing the $750 ones? And Mark was like, whoa, dog, that's the only one I could fucking find. Relax, I wanted to get a chair. I wanted to come back. He's like, I just think it was good. And Mark was like, whoa, I guess I really am alone because Rob just yelled at me. And Rob was like, it's like, oh man, like it's just like now I might die. Like, ugh. And Natalie was like, okay, actor. It's great.
Okay. Here's my question, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Rob was acting, or do you think he actually had a moment where he felt stupid for not going after a cheap one and trying to look for the highest increment one? And so he was angry at himself, but he projected it onto Mark. Which one is it?
I think he was angry at himself because I do this where like, you know, like a card game where I'm really competitive. He lost this really stupid, easy game and he's never been bad at a mission before. And he's like, well, why would you make me? It's like, you're a sore loser.
Why would you get the lowest amount, bro? It's stupid.
It's like, I think you're mad from the bench and that's what's happening. So...
If Thomas, like, if we play Traitors ever, do you promise to come in with sass like that? Because you are you're smart enough to do it, but you don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so, like, I feel like you would never deliver that, but like if you were sitting on that like merry-go-round and you said that to Rob, I would have like I would have married you on the spot. I would have married you on the spot. I would have been so obsessed with you.
My favorite thing to do is like with like not match their energy and just be like, wow, you seem really upset. Like just like so even toned, like I think you're mad from the bench. Yeah. I think
it's giving High School Mean Girls when you do that.
I think you should go sit with Alan, and I think you should think about this. Are we ready to spin?
Alan, there's no rule that says you have to get like a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like
Alan,
you made a bad move.
He's being a bitch, right? Okay, great. Yeah. Spin it. Let's go.
Okay, next time. Yeah. We don't need to waste any more time. We've been here 8 hours.
Right. Rob, why don't you go take a seat?
No,
okay. Yeah, I think it's time to sit down. Yeah.
Oh my god! But Mark gave it to him a little too. Mark
I loved
wasn't
it.
like necessarily just taking it from Rob. So I was like,
okay, Mark.
I couldn't believe it was happening, and I was like, but then it also didn't feel authentic from Rob.
No.
Like, and maybe that's just because we haven't ever seen it. So when he does it, it's like not a full commitment, and that's what feels like it's bad acting. Or is it like? I really do think it was coming from a competitive place where he realized that he made a bad move and he's just not healthy, and so he was projecting it, like, yeah. And like giving like the guy in his crew like, you know, a hard time to kind of cope with his own ego.
The only other guy who he thinks is good at missions, he was like, "Why'd you do that, man?" Yeah. So Natalie was like, "We've never seen this side of Rob," and I saw some meme that was like, "You should see him on Love Island. He was just like that and really awful."
Yeah, enough to make Leah be like across the table.
Yeah.
Or across the room.
Or
another fire pit. Honestly, it's another fire pit. This might be Rob's second show where a woman tells him to
kick rocks.
Fuck off. Kick rocks over a fire pit.
I would love that.
He could be like the reality star that's known for upsetting women by fire pits.
I'm here for it.
Well, anyway, let's go into how Natalie feels like Rob is acting, and he has never reacted about getting a shield before until now.
Right.
And I did think that was weird. Like, why did he care so much?
I mean, I think there
was like,
yeah, he was letting
3 out of 6 or 7 people there. Like, they want, I guess, I know that they want to have the option of who they're going to, you know, murder on this thing, but I don't think it's like, they do have quite a few options. The group is really not going to figure it out, or they already did figure it out. It's one or the other. There's no in between. And no one's still thinking.
And I feel like the shield at this point is just like, you have a 1 in 4 chance anyway. Like, whatever. Like, the shield, I feel like, doesn't make that much of a difference. Like, if you get it, great. But like, no. Yeah, it's a 1 in 4 chance. Whereas before it was like, okay, I don't have to worry about this. They can pick from the other 10 people.
Well, I don't know if it's a 1 in 4 chance, because if you're an ally of Rob's, he's not going to go for you. He'll take out anyone else. I don't think it's truly 1 in 4.
Yeah.
But from a faithful standpoint, like, you don't know who the traitor is,
right.
So you don't know who you're investing your relationships in. You can only guess. It is kind of 1 in 4, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my first Bravo moment has arrived.
Amazing.
And it's that Natalie makes this super smart move in the game. She decides that she's going to build rapport with Maura. And so she starts helping her open the toys. And she's like, on the off chance that I need help at the round table tonight, or it has any sway at the round table tonight, I'm going to help Maura in the competition. And I was like, wait, that's a really, really smart strategy that I've never heard anyone verbalize on Traitors before. The idea that you're not necessarily going for the most money and like focusing on the shield. You're focusing on establishing trust with someone that you might like need some kind of help with. Like, maybe you can't just go up and talk to them and you're not connecting that way. Or maybe, you know, when you talk about motivating people and like getting close to people, you have to understand what people are looking for in you as a friend. And like Natalie's describing a way that we haven't heard anyone articulate yet on the show by helping in competition.
Right. And I feel like it's not as big of a tell. Like, I don't think someone would be like, she's not out for herself. Wow, she must feel safe. She must be a traitor. Like, it wasn't that big a deal enough. She just like helped her get a thing. Right. It's like, oh, she wants to give money and she wants to help me.
Well, yeah, because everyone at the end of the day, it's everyone's money. So you want to help people too. But also it just felt like, I don't know, no one else did it. And so I thought it was smart of Nat. And that's why I gave her my bravo moment.
She gained a lot of points with me this episode.
My favorite point, though, was when Maura actually said, "Snooze, you lose, Mark." Snooze, you lose.
Snooze, you lose, Mark. Yeah. God, her accent
I could never be angry that I was out of the game if Maura said that to me.
I know.
Snooze, you lose, Lindsay.
I'd be like, oh God, how do you go through life? Like, I could never be mad at you, Maura. I mean, I am very mad at you this episode, but every time you're like, I think there's tree traitors.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think there's tree.
How can I can't hate you. Yeah.
Yeah. You're just so damn cute.
Yeah.
That's why she is the way she is because everyone's been like that.
She looks like that and sounds like that. Yeah.
Exactly. You're like, president.
I guess I'll
Let's
just
make
give
her
you
the
what you
next
want.
U.S. president.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh my God. We're part of the problem.
We are
part of the problem.
Yeah. We were part of the problem with Rob earlier, but he did enough to piss us off. And Maura's pretty close.
Maura, don't be better. What if Maura, oh my God, Thomas, what if Maura's playing all of us and at the finale, Maura just like pulls out this like championship winning lecture monologue when she kicks Rob to the curb and wins the game?
That'd be great. Who would you want her to win with?
I would want her,
By
can't
herself?
she win alone?
I guess you're right. If it's just her and Rob left, I wonder, yeah, she could.
If he goes green and she goes red, I don't know how that works.
Remember. Yeah, I think it. Maybe they have to stop at 2. I don't remember. We'll find out next episode.
I feel like they can't stop at 2 because there was a season where 2 people won.
Oh, CT and Trishelle.
Good. I didn't remember if you watched it, and I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, spoiler.
Speaking of the challenge.
Speaking of the challenge, love him. Don't like her.
Yeah.
She was racist on the challenge, actually.
Yeah. Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope she's grown.
Me too.
I hope she's evolved and sought therapy. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. I have a hell no moment in this competition.
Oh, okay.
And it's Fergus. Where have they been hiding Fergus? Hell no, traitors.
Oh, yeah.
Why not make Fergus, give us some Fergus lore, like make him special and significant this season. Kind of totally undercut.
And like, can we give him some lines, like some dialogue or something?
I really want there to be, and Traitors producers, if you're listening, this is a great idea. You can have it, okay? Mm-hmm. I want Fergus to get a challenge. And whatever, every season that challenge is, it gives us Fergus lore. Like, Fergus was once engaged to his 2.5 sister.
Yep.
Heidi or something like that. And then like, in today's challenge, you'll be making Heidi's favorite flavor of porridge. And then foraging for mushrooms because that was her favorite pastime. Yeah. And something like that. And then you're like, okay, Fergus lore, he was engaged once, betrothed to his like 2.5 sister. And like just do that every season because that's fun. Fergus is fun.
I know.
He's campy and we're not using him.
And I need to know, is Lana Alan's dog or is she just like on the grounds all the time?
Is the castle hers?
Right. Exactly. Ooh, she was the owner.
Is she his stylist?
She was the owner of the mansion and she got turned into a dog.
Wait, I love that. I love that. Should we create a Traitors D&D campaign and sell it online?
I'm right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Literally. Okay, sorry. I'm going on tangents. I think my edible kicked in. All right. Eric wins. Meh.
Yeah. Okay.
Meh.
Doesn't deserve it.
But let's talk. It's just, he was like, and I was like, okay, did Eric make one good game move by winning? Like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Post mission, again, it's just crazy to me that Tara is talking and like, to Natalie and Johnny, like, okay, yeah, I'm like, oh great, we're finally gonna do this. It's gonna happen. Crazy. The fact that he didn't get a single vote.
Yeah.
But when they go to dinner,
God, it really must be so different
than what
living
we're
in that
seeing,
world,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, there's editing too. Like the way
I know there is.
the way they edited it, she looked like a real coward.
You think?
Tara, yeah. When she was
surprised she
crying
didn't
and she
cry
was
at
like,
the
I
table.
feel so pathetic. I kind of was like, well,
You are.
but she was like, honestly, you can murder me. I was like, yeah, well, it might happen.
Might happen now.
Like
so...
nobody felt bad for her. They were just like,
Rob just like left.
yeah.
He just like walked out of the room.
And Mark was like, it's okay.
I was
it's
like, tell
just
me
a
you're
game."
uncomfortable with women's emotions by showing me, without telling me, show me.
Yes.
What is it? Tell me without telling me that you're uncomfortable with women's emotions. And so he just leaves.
Post mission, the food
Well-
looks so bad. And it looks like a really crappy party where someone puts out labels for all the food. It was really bad.
Yeah, and then actually, you know who was in there together was Rob and Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob was getting his food and he like leans against her back and he's like, I think we are clearly faithfuls. And
She was like,
that could put a target on our backs. And she was like, I like that. Okay, that for me was such a more like interesting approach to confronting someone than what Colton was doing before.
yeah.
Like when Colton would come in, he would just like spearhead straight in, taunt, patronize someone about like, tell me what Alan's wearing in the turret. And then you have Rob's version of like checking in on where someone's loyalty is, but by not saying it like in a patronizing way and challenging them, but by being like, you know, we're in this together.
Right.
And seeing if that card works. I think it's more effective. It's like you get more bees with honey.
Yeah.
It wasn't kissing her ass. It was coming at Natalie in a way that I think was actually the best way to come at Natalie. And that leads me to actually give a bravo moment to Rob, because I realized watching this episode and watching him do that with Natalie, how the way I could summarize his gameplay this season. And he is focusing time with each person he thinks he has a chance at building a serious connection with, and finds out what they need from him. Like, what does this person need from him? We saw it with Ron. Even though it was like put in the edit the day that Ron was leaving, we don't know, you know, what prompted that scene, if they'd already done a scene like that and they sat down to do it again, or any, I don't know, whatever. And I just think that like he gave Ron what he needed in that moment. He gives Maura what she needs in that moment. Like, and he does it all to a way where he's not getting emotionally open with them. But he is still creating like a safe space for them to at least come, like, know that they can go to Rob.
Yeah.
It's not like a big emotional thing, but it's like I don't know, his bro-y way of doing it.
Yeah.
But it's working. It's worked the whole time. He does it with Mark. He did it. He does it with Natalie. And it's like it's meeting their expectations. It's their expectations of how he's going to communicate with them. And it's their expectations of like what kind of loyalty he's bringing to them and how he demonstrates it. So I thought it was a little bravo moment. Even though he's driving me nuts, I had to sit back and reflect on like why he is doing so well, besides using kind of a, you know, a great formula of getting out smart people first. You know, anyway.
Fair enough, I suppose.
And the Colton move. The Colton move was big too. Not putting up any fight and letting Candace take out Colton was like the cliche term would be like that was him sacrificing a queen to win the game, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Enough giving Rob any credit whatsoever.
I'm done
Sorry.
with that. No, it's okay. That's very big of you to be the bigger person.
Thank you. I'm really trying to grow as a person and like just be kinder and more generous.
Good call.
So
Looks good on you. Hey, kid. Looks good on you.
Okay. Well, okay. So Johnny is talking to Eric and brings up the Candace vote. He's like, hey, Eric, you be Eric. I'll be Johnny. But we're going to do it in our interpretation way. This is the Bravoholics Anonymous version. Bring, bring. Bring, bring.
Hello?
Eric, this is Johnny Weir.
Johnny Weir?
From Traitors.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a faithful.
Me too.
Right. Do you remember when Candace put Rob's name down at the Roundtable?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't know. I don't think she was really thinking.
Eric, don't you think that she was giving us a sign?
No, not really.
Eric, I'm over here, Eric. You're looking...
Oh, what?
Here, never mind. I'll move in front of you. Eric,
Yeah?
it's me, Johnny. Are you still awake?
Johnny who?
Okay, bye. God, he is frustrating. Eric is... Bravoholics Anonymous version of Eric, so frustrating.
Sorry about that, yeah.
He was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing. It was just like that. But he just was like, yeah, oh yeah. And then they cut to his and then I don't think he said anything. They just cut to his confessional where he's like, we have to be careful. People are starting to talk about Rob or something. It was like very basic commentary insert.
I think I've always said that the only way I would be a good traitor is if I was recruited. But I think that what would actually happen is I would act like Eric, and I'd just be like, "Oh, what?" Like, and just not say anything.
Oh my
Out of fear.
God, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I would somehow find T to connect. Like, I would figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been like, oh, honestly, like, this is my MO. If you're a traitor and you're playing the game, you have to play you don't only act as a traitor when you're in the turret. Every other decision you make, you should be in the faithful mindset. You should just do everything like you're a faithful. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah.
I know it probably is so hard,
Yeah.
but I really don't think it's that hard to like keep that light switch on instead of the other one when you're interacting with people.
Yeah, that's true. I think when it's like the big reveals, like this thing where they're murdering someone in front of everyone, that would be hard to be like, to act surprised.
Oh, that's really hard to act that.
Yeah, I'd be like,
that's not easy. I'm going to hide behind my hands.
yes.
Always.
Always.
Because I just don't, if you do it every time, then it's like
not,
the same.
it's not a tell, yeah.
Like you can't tell if I'm shocked or scared
Or
here.
smiling, yeah. I would be like, I did that.
Your eyes tell though.
I did that.
Fuck you.
I actually knew that
Anyway.
already because I chose them.
And my bags are just over my baggy eyes. You see them? Don't I look tired?
Oh, it's my longer production schedule than yours.
I have to work 3 extra hours. Okay, chill.
Sorry about it.
I should get the salmon. I was up 3 hours longer than all of you last night.
Oh.
That's so Eric. Oh my God. Okay. Maura tells Natalie. Maura says to the group that Natalie didn't flinch at all when she found out that Kristen wasn't at breakfast. And she thinks that's suspicious. I'm like, come on, Maura. That's like day one shit. Come on.
Right.
She's literally just figuring it out now.
Yeah.
Like she's giving us like the day one thing to say.
I'm so mad at her. Yeah.
We just believed in her, you know?
Yeah, we did. We wanted her to be Gabby Windy, but she's just not.
She's not.
Her
It's okay.
fashion.
Not everyone is Gabby Windy. Like you can't. It's not that easy. She makes it look easy, but it's not that easy.
Yeah.
And Maura's not Gabby. She just isn't.
She just isn't. And we can go back and look at that round table where Gabby schooled Danielle, and we have that.
You're right. I should replay that on YouTube. I haven't watched it in a while.
It's nice. It's nice to look at.
I have another hell no moment.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hell no. Rob tells Maura that they need to get out Natalie and then Johnny and Tara, and then just leaves her sitting there all horny and alone.
Right. As we discussed.
Hell no.
Yeah, no.
As we discussed. Yeah. And I just think, okay, that got me thinking though. I thought it was a hell no moment because Rob can't kill Tara or Johnny because of him saying that to her. He has to get Mark out.
Right.
Otherwise, why would he tell those names to Maura? He's telling her the plan for the next 24 hours because she's safe.
Or he's going to...
But it gives away his game.
I think it either means that he can't kill them or he's going to kill Maura.
Yes.
Because he will then look so innocent because everyone knows that he loves her.
Do you think... Oh, I thought he should kill Maura.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm
I
saying.
would do if I was him.
I think he should.
But I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to do that.
Because she needs her voice to be like, you guys, Rob's not a traitor. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't think that... I think Mark would like fully believe that Rob is a faithful if Maura went.
Right.
Like he would fully believe. And then they would get Eric out. That's how it would play.
Yeah.
Then they'll get Eric out. And then because Mark is going to bring up the Kristen thing. And they need someone to go on and Rob has to agree with Mark. And then it proves that they got a traitor out. Right? Wait, they don't tell them at the finale if they got a traitor out.
Yeah, this was the last time they reveal their identity. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I just think that if Mark stayed and Maura left, Mark would be like, Rob's my new number one. We're going to the end. Because that's what he wanted in this competition. Mm-hmm. And it would totally work for Rob. And then he'd pull the wool over Mark's eyes.
Yeah. And he would get Eric out so he could be like, he could have all the money to himself.
But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to get rid of Mark. Because Mark is saying Eric's name, his boy. Well, oh my God. What if Rob's whole game is lost because he doesn't kill Mark?
He
doesn't kill Mark.
I think it's going to come down to who is left at that fire. But see, the problem is we've seen Johnny, like Tara brought up Rob, and so she and Johnny are going to vote together regardless. So like, I think if both of them are at the fire, that's not good for his game either.
How many times do you think you're going to have to hear "Gone in the Valley"?
Oh my God. I hope only one.
At the fire pit. It's probably like an hour of it just playing over and over and over again for you.
That's when I hit the 10
Actually,
second
I think
skip.
you should count. When every time they like give us that like commercial break, come back into the wide shot with the dolly down, like in that dramatic score to like see them all standing in a wide shot, then a close up, then a close up. I want you should just count how many times they do that to you, just because you know it's just to torture you.
Me, correct, yes.
They know you love that song. They know that you love the melodrama-ness of that part.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it a million times.
Yep. And I'm going to hit that 10-second skip again.
Finale, it has to feel big, you know?
Right.
Stuff like that ruins the show for me.
Right.
It just makes me remember I'm watching a show.
Right. I'm like, no, this is a documentary. We're just a fly on the wall.
Yeah. The other way, yes, that's the other outlook. It's like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
This is real and I'm here.
I'm playing too.
Ooh, okay, well, should we go into the roundtable?
Yes, this is where all my Bravo and Hell No moments left are. All but one.
Okay, well, take me through it.
Well, my first Bravo was Natalie calling out Tara and being like, this was actually you said this, and I don't know why you're not saying it now. I was like, yes, thank you. Good for her. Yeah, because Tara opens it by being like, I don't know. I just like don't like being wrong. So like, does anyone have anything they want to say?
Somebody else want to go?
Yeah.
You know, Johnny and I tried last week, so someone else go this time.
I just,
like that's what it felt like.
Don't have to take any responsibility for anything that's about to happen. Okay. Thanks.
I don't want to be blamed.
I don't look like a traitor if I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So that was my first Bravo. Was thank you, Natalie. And then my next hell no was Maura being like going after Tara, being like, but you don't have any evidence. You're saying Rob, but you don't have evidence. And it's like, no, she does. You're just not. You don't agree with it, and you're not listening.
Yeah. She's saying stuff, Maura.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And Natalie just said it for
That's
you.
a good deflection. It's a good deflection to be like, if you were telling me something, Thomas, like, give me an argument. I'm gonna pull a Maura right here, a Maura Higgins.
Well, because Maura, like Candace wrote Rob's name down. Maybe it wasn't random, and
You're saying a whole lot, but you're not saying much, Thomas.
wow, I guess you're right. Wow. I'd be like, this girl's deep. She really got me. Damn.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, just keep being you, Maura.
I know you listen. I know you're hearing me, but are you listening?
You're right. You're right. Even if someone is saying something, she's like, "That's not a reason."
Yeah,
you've no reason.
She's like, you have no evidence.
When are you going to start listing a piece of evidence? When? Like literally interrupting them as they're giving their evidence.
Exactly.
You're like, well, Rob, I found him in my room holding the knife yesterday, and she's like, I still don't see how you could think he's a murderer.
We all use knives at dinner, Natalie.
With no evidence, not one piece of evidence.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What else? What do you think about Rob jumping in and calling out Natalie?
Yeah. I mean, it's just he's just doing that because he wants her out because she's coming after him. So he's like, "Wow, I thought we were friends."
How does he know again? Because Maura went and told him.
Yes. Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, to find out that you've been doing this behind my back."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're doing a lot behind her back. See, this is why I don't feel bad for him. He doesn't seem sorry at all.
No, and he's not. Like, it's just mumbo jumbo that he's pretending that he's like sorry about something.
And it was Natalie and I guess Tara and Johnny stepped in too when they were listing all the reasons why they thought it was Rob. And for him to be like, "Does anyone want me to defend myself?" Like, I was like, ew. That is so chody to be like, I think I should talk now, right? Like, does anybody want me to like?
Well, does anyone want to know what I have to say
about?
That's literally
about
like,
me. Does anyone know what I have to say about?
Aren't you guys gonna ask me what I think? It's just giving like you can tell that Rob is the cool hot one in his like boyfriend group, and and they have like a weird hierarchy.
And like
him and his little snake hunting buddies have a hierarchy, and you can tell by the way he's like checking people in this episode when he checks Mark. And then the way you know what I mean? Does anyone want to hear what I have to say? Like, if Rob could actually be authentic on camera, because I don't think he's authentic on camera. I think he plays this character that everyone likes. If he could be authentic on camera, he would have such a good reality show on his hands with him and his buddies hunting snakes. If he was like the Regina George of hot topless male models that hunts for snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know?
Yeah, he has that market
That would
cornered.
be a great reality show to watch him doing that shit that he did with Mark in this episode and with them at the Roundtable like all the time, have little diva spouts. That would be so good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, everyone's asking him about his opinion, and the fact that nobody was, he just like stopped everything and was like, what about what I have to say about me? Which is like, to me, I'd be like, okay, you're a traitor because you feel so safe that you're like, let me chime in here. I don't know. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
And I
would
did not enjoy that.
you think it's okay? I know hindsight is 20/20, but Thomas, I know that you're like self-aware and you can analyze this like pretty accurately. I feel like out of anyone else I know.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be on to Rob if you were playing the game right now? Would you be on to Rob, or would you be glamored by his good looks and his confidence too? What do you think?
I think I'd be on to him. I think I'd be on to everybody. Like, I would only blindly trust you, and that's it. And I would just have to think that
You can't even say that. You can't even say that with a straight face. That was a lie.
No, I blindly trust you. I just think that was.
You blindly trust me.
Yeah, I was laughing because that's what Tara and Johnny said. Oh no, I blindly trust her. It's like, oh, don't say that.
Well, because I think at the end of the day, like, you deep down would know instantly if I was a traitor or not the second like we saw each other after
Correct.
that ceremony.
Yeah.
Because I think I can be like super dynamic socially, but I think once you know me, like really know me, then everything is so transparent. It's
Right.
like, you know, like Natalie would know in an instant.
Yeah.
She would know in an instant.
I think I would. I think I would be on him because he's like the golden boy and is like the white knight edit. And I'm like, if he's such a good faithful, why is he still here? Like, I don't know. I think for everyone, the second I heard someone go, I mean, it could never be Rob, sweet man, I'd be like, well, we should think about that.
I think I would obviously not trust him at all. But I think there's a world where like I could be working with him up until a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
I could never work with like a Colton. But if Colton wasn't there, there's a world or like a string theory string where I could be working with Rob for a while.
Sure. Okay.
Because I've had friends like him before. And they're hilarious characters. Like the thing is that they think they're cool, and they are cool by society's definition. But like they're also like
whack.
so like their self-esteem is like low, and they need validation all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's just how they are too. So
I know when
and
really
I can work with that. That's easy for me to give. That's easy currency.
You know when like really hot people like that go on these dating shows or like are single, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? There's gotta be something wrong up there if you look like that and don't have someone climbing your tree. Yeah.
Well, it's because they don't want it. They don't actually want it.
Want what?
They want the fame. They're not on the show for the relationship. They're there to like look hot on camera and then find a relationship after the show.
Okay, well, why doesn't he have one?
Are you so excited? Are you so excited for Taylor Frankie Paul to be the Bachelorette? It's going to be so good.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but I am excited.
How are you going to watch it? How are you going to watch it and not have seen that show?
Probably on Hulu.
Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I am. My sister and I, we watch it every week together.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
Oh, no, The Bachelorette.
No, you need...
I have to... how many seasons are there? Isn't there some hairstylist drama?
What if I pick 4 episodes? Will you watch 4?
I picked the Mount Rushmore of episodes that I need to watch.
Yeah.
They like pump out these seasons. There's been 3 seasons already? Wow.
I'm going to pick the Mount Rushmore episodes of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So you can get what my totally biased interpretation of who she is.
Okay, great. I'm sure they're going to like recap like before, like in the very first part of the episode.
No, they're not. There's no way. This is the thing. I don't know. It's like, I hope that they really lean into what a hot mess she is. But it is The Bachelor. And it is like, you don't know. You just don't know what they're going to decide to do.
It is
like you don't know how they're going to do the edit.
In the promo, she has a book and it says The Book of More Men.
I know.
So dumb.
Well, and she's somebody who's like really obsessed with her baby daddy, and like they have the most toxic relationship ever.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I never really believe she's single because I just believe she's always with this guy.
Interesting.
Like even if she says she's single and they're fighting and whatever, it's like, it's giving Euphoria with Maddie and what's his name's character.
I haven't seen that either. Jacob
Elordi's character. They're just toxic. Anyway.
Okay.
So I just don't believe she's even single on this show. Like I actually am crazy. They either have to bring like a hotter version of him on, and then it's going to make him go crazy because she's like moving on with someone. He's going to definitely show up. He's going to definitely show up on the show and be like, I want to be a part of the group, blah, blah, blah. He's absolutely going to do it. He is so fame hungry.
Oh, or
he wants to be reality famous so bad. Maybe they are perfect for each other, but they just fight so much. It's horribly toxic. It's terrible.
Or maybe during hometowns, they'll meet her kids and the baby daddy. And it'll be like dramatic music as the men face off. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, "Well, I'm still in love with her." No, let's do the trailer.
You're gonna have to deal with me.
What do you
You're gonna have to deal with me for the rest of your relationship.
You're not here for the right reasons, and I'm gonna go talk to Taylor about it. It's you or it's me.
You will never meet my daughter.
This season of The Bachelor is nothing like you've ever seen before.
We all want the same thing for these women.
Those are my kids. Do you understand?
Really was falling for her.
Just like, it's unfair, man. Like, just this guy's gonna come in here and tell me what to do.
I just can't believe that she would keep a guy like that around here, man.
What does that say about her? Like, I'm nothing like that guy. Does she like me?
Well, I've got some questions for her, too.
In the most dramatic season of The Bachelorette ever. Coming up this season.
The most dramatic season of The Bachelor ever before. Wait, we are definitely going to have to do some Bachelorette episodes and have Nancy come on.
Oh, yes. It's Nicole, but yes.
Oh my God, we're going to have Nicole come on.
Absolutely. Well, I'll try to do some video footage for you. I'll be like, what do you think, Nicole?
Yes.
Insert footage here.
Maybe we get a video of Nicole saying who her top picks are.
You know what she does? Every season, her favorite is runner-up. Every season. She curses them.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Nicole's
curse. It's first impression rose and then Nicole's
She's
curse.
going to tell us her 3 favorites and who her Nicole's curse is.
Okay,
on.
perfect. Yeah.
And then I will also ask my sister. We'll ask our sisters. That's what we'll do.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
And then we'll give ours,
I feel
Obvi.
like whenever
We'll give ours,
that?
Obvi.
Oh, my favorite Bachelorette people are always like the villain or the controversial girl. The girl that's getting the bad edit and is like the villain of the season, or the guy that's the villain of the season. Well, actually, no, I always hate the guys.
Yeah, they're trash.
The girl that's the villain of the season is always my favorite.
It's so funny.
Like that one girl who would go take naps, and they're like, why is she getting to go take a nap? That one girl, what was her name?
Oh, man.
And she was like, you guys are pissed at me because I went and took a nap. Why didn't you go take a nap? And they're like, the villain of the season.
My favorite was the girl that...
And I'm like, she's right. Go take a nap.
My favorite was that girl who, like, brought a bottle of champagne and, like, made a big deal about the champagne and then opened it and it, like, shot in her mouth. And then, like, she, like, ate shrimp, too, and, like, something went wrong with the shrimp. Oh, God, that was so funny.
Oh, the shrimp woman. Oh, no. Shrimp
gate. Shrimp and champagne gate.
Oh,
it was a bummer.
Can't wait. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, sorry.
Can't wait for that show
At
to be
least
back
there's
on
hope for after Traitors. We have something really
yeah,
exciting.
this is why we're talking about The Bachelorette, because the rest of this episode is I'm upset. I'm just like, when Mark is like, ugh, I'm like, yeah, Mark, what do you think we feel?
You don't want me to defend myself? And then he's like, I just thought the Candace thing was fucking weird. That was what
That's all he said.
That was his defense. He's like, does anyone want to hear what I have to say? I just think that the Candace thing was really
weird.
fucking weird. And it was like, okay.
I'd be like, that was it? That was your defense?
That's
okay,
it.
yeah, I think Rob's a traitor now.
Maura keeps defending him, though. It's like, it was a throwaway vote. And Natalie's like, or it could have been a breadcrumb.
Mm-hmm.
And then Natalie calls out Tara.
Right, Tara? That's what you called it.
We talked a
so
lot
weedy.
about it.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like I've been hung out to dry here. This whole day was going in a different direction. That's what she started saying. And I love how she did it, because the way Natalie delivered that was like kind of dragging it out. And I feel like Tara's like insides were screaming.
Fully.
Like her anxiety was like up to here. I could feel the anxiety through the TV. I was like, oh my God, she's about to pass out.
And Natalie out loud was like, okay, maybe Tara's a traitor because I had just been played. And honestly, like, that's what I would think too, because she basically was like,
she switched it up so crazy on her.
You do my job. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said it. She did deliver it a good way too, because I probably would have been much more cutthroat.
Yeah.
But she presented it like an argument, so that's cool. But anyway,
so that's cool.
One thing I want to talk about is that Mark Ballas, for some reason, posted a TikTok the other day saying that he just figured out that by counting the votes that they still could have got Rob out if they worked together. if they decided to have done it, because even with his dagger, he would have tied the vote. It would have burned the dagger, and they would have had to do a revote between the two people with the highest votes. So then they would have, and the second time they voted, they would have gotten Rob out. And it made me think, I'm like, why is he releasing this on TikTok now? Why is he saying that now? And it makes me think that it sounds like it's him and Rob in the end, and he went, Rob wins. Yeah.
Yeah. If I saw that, I would be like, well, you didn't do that, Mark. So now what?
You don't know that it could still, if he takes Mora.
No, what I'm saying.
Then it could be Mark and him in the.
I'm saying that like we could have had the votes for Rob. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't.
But you didn't.
So
okay, you're right.
So I'd be like, so why were you talking about this?
Yeah. So you have a calculator? Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
no, but you're right. That is very telling. That like he is either about to get murdered or he's going to go all the way and lose.
That's what that energy is. It's like either way, Mark lost. You
Mark
guys,
lost.
This is what this TikTok tells me is Mark lost.
That is very funny.
Okay, Natalie gets banished. It's like she's pissed. Natalie is like fuming. But whatever. Who cares? Boring.
Oh my god,
still boring.
No, one of my Bravo moments was when she was like, "Don't say sorry, Johnny. I don't want to hear it."
Oh my god, yeah.
Love.
Wait, how could we forget?
Love. I ate
when
that
Johnny's about to vote, she's like, "Don't even say sorry, Johnny."
I love it. She was like, I don't want to hear that. I was like, yes, call them out.
Oh my god, it's incredible. And she's just solidified herself. Like if she wants to be on the Challengers, she can go on Challengers.
Yeah.
If she wants to go, she's just like, if she wants to be a WWE wrestling diva, like Natalie can do it, because that's what she's giving in this. This is the audition tape right here.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, we will find TV space for you, Natalie, because you did Survivor and now you did Traitors, and you gave us the moment that we need to use for promotional material. So you're in, baby.
And her great exit line, "This gamer got played because I'm a faithful."
Because I'm a faithful.
Because I'm a faithful.
And then she clomps off in her heels. Like,
And then she went, "All right, bye guys." Yeah.
oh my god. Well, whatever. But Tara, this even more exciting, a Bravo moment for me. Tara has quite the performance in the kitchen. She is so stressed, and she just like corked it in there, and then she gets out of the like boardroom or whatever, and she just crumbles.
Yeah.
Because Natalie was like staring her down at the table. She felt so awkward. She knew what she did. She knew she did multiple scenes talking about this thing, and then she just abandoned Natalie out there.
Yep.
I don't even think Tara could like articulate why she did that.
No.
But I think what's more telling for me is Rob's response. Like, Rob has never said anything, and he didn't even react when Colton was sent home. So he like barely reacted. He was like, "Man, that sucks." And that was like it at breakfast, like when Colton was gone.
Yeah.
And I know that's all he really could do at breakfast, but I just feel like if he was going to show any emotional playing cards in the game, that would be the one I'm using as the bar. Like, that's my, what's it called when there's like legal, when you're in court and something's done, so that becomes the
Precedent.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. That would be my precedent for him, would be his response to Colton going home.
Yeah.
Because other than Colton, Mora's the only one that I think he has an even tighter relationship with, but she's a girl, so he's not going to cry about it.
Not about some girl.
Exactly. Yeah. So when he had that kind of response for Natalie, I was like, no, you've never reacted like that before. Like, that was like, even pretending you were pissed or anything. Usually he just gets up and walks out.
Yeah.
And like hides in the bathroom or something, because I don't think I've seen too many scenes with him right after a Roundtable. But yeah, no, he's just like, this episode, I think he's tired. I think that night before they must have been up a crazy amount, and he has got a sloppy game today.
Sloppy, baby.
He's sloppy. I've never seen him so tired, and he's doing these performance things that he's never done before in competition and now after the Roundtable. And if people are paying attention, I know the people we have left, maybe not these people, but anyone else could be noticing some of these things.
Right.
because he's never wavered or shown that he's like stressed or anxious ever. He's known as the cool guy. That's what Kristen said about him. That's what Natalie said about him. Like, that's what Eric said about him. They're selling us the story that like Rob Roush is the cool guy, and he sits back and chills, and like he doesn't really get unfeathered. He's logical and chill, bruh. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I did.
Like that. Just. Honestly, that was hot. You should do that again for the audience. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, put your chin up more to the left. Okay. Yeah. There's like no other way. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Look, you look like an Abercrombie ad. So handsome.
God, I used to collect those bags.
Did you have them like folded in your closet? Like what?
I think I like made a collage maybe at one point.
Was it for your like book cover,
Spank
like your
Bank.
textbook cover?
No, Spank Bank.
Oh, you had a Spank Bank collage?
No, but I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, that would be really gay.
Really, really gay. I couldn't.
This is my collage. You guys want to come over and look at my collage? Is this porn?
These are my headless
No,
torsos.
it's collage.
Yeah. My last hell no moment was I wrote, okay, so no one's gonna vote for Rob. I was like shocked that like not a single person voted for Rob, even Natalie. But I think she was
not one person voted for Rob.
She was smart to vote for Tara because she was like, what the fuck just happened? What'd you just do to me? You're a traitor. And then my last Bravo moment was Mark comforting Tara. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? For Mark, who meets so many people, you know, he's danced with over the years. He I think he should have a really good read on them based on those numbers. And so I think like he does feel that Tara's authentic. I also think like the job he does, celebrities get pretty vulnerable with him because I'm sure it's like physically and mentally exhausting. And it's something that a lot of these famous people aren't professionals at, and they're usually used to working at a certain caliber, so they probably work harder or harder on themselves or whatever, and they become really vulnerable with him during the process of Dancing with the Stars. So I think he knows like and has seen how people in their lowest moments or most stressed moments can be, and I think that's what he's reading Tara from. Like I think, and Tara's so like she really is so sweet. She's not capable, you know.
She's just not cut out for this game. He's like, it's just a game. She's like, I'm like, yeah, she's not taking this well.
She's not winning. She's not doing well with not winning. But whatever. So what else? Anything else from this that like really stuck out to you? I mean, Johnny called it. Rob and Eric are the remaining traitors, and that's a Bravo moment for me. Like I from day one have been standing Johnny Weir.
So the fact,
and I feel like he just won the game. Even if he gets murdered and doesn't get the chance, he's the only person in this game to like literally peg some traitors dead bullseye on that aren't traitors already.
And I feel like
you know,
yes, and I feel like they put that in there to like I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think that's gonna like I don't think.
That was his moment.
That was his moment, and he's either going to be murdered or he's going to get to the end and be duped, and we're going to be like, well, at least he had that confessional where he said it.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I think he's going to go before. I just don't. My gut for some reason doesn't tells me that like Tara and Johnny aren't going to make it.
I agree.
To the finale,
yeah.
And I don't know why they've gotten this far. Why would I think that? They have a good chance. They could do it.
I know. I think now that, you know, Mark saw her like crying again, another person is sobbing and shaking and needing a hug, I'm like, okay, they are not a traitor because that's psycho if they are. Because
that would literally be American Psycho.
Yeah. I think even if like they were acting, I'd be like, that's weird that you wanted people to see that on TV. Like
you're sociopathic.
You're unwell.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if Mark and Tara are together, like if Mark and Tara both make it to the end, he'll trust her. And so like he, Tara, and Johnny, like I could see the three of them winning. I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. So yeah, I know what you mean. I think honestly I could see one of them being murdered. I think I see reasons for any one of the last 4 being murdered.
Is there a world where it's Mark, Maura, Johnny, and Tara that all win?
Maybe. We saw it happen last season, 4 people.
Like, if they voted out Eric first, right? And then if they voted out Eric first, how would they do that? They would have to get Mark on their side. And Mark is already going to be talking about Eric. I think Mark, he's already doing it with Rob.
Right.
So I think that's who he's going to be going after. So if he goes after them and Johnny and Tara decide that Rob's not their priority and they also go with Eric, which they could because Johnny said Eric's name first. When he said the 2 remaining traitors, he said Eric and Rob. Like, because I think he knows it's Eric.
Right.
But yeah, I think if those people voted Eric out, even if Rob didn't do it, he would go. And then they would probably turn on Rob. Maura wouldn't vote for Rob.
Right.
But Mark would be gone and Eric would be gone. So Johnny, they could still pass it.
Yeah, if it's down to Johnny, Tara,
Mark,
Maura,
Johnny, and Tara could do it.
Yeah, if Mark votes for Rob, then they could win.
And then those 4 faithfuls would be left. But would they keep Maura?
They shouldn't.
I think they would, but they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They should be like, sorry, you were on the other team.
Yeah,
Bye.
that was your man, so you can follow him.
Would you do that?
The door's over there. I would.
Or would you let her stay?
No, I would do that to have more money. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. It's like $40,000 you're just giving to Maura.
I'd be like, hey, so I do think
But you don't get a moment. You don't speak with each other though. Like, there's not like, okay, can we have 5 minutes to talk?
I would.
That's what I would want.
I would only share the pot with who I played the game with. If it was you and me at the end with 2 other people and we knew each other was faithful, they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, because
they're gone.
Especially if they're.
Well, how would we signal that to each other?
We'd just be like.
Yeah. And then we'd both be like.
I just. And because it's Maura, like I'd be like, so I do think you're faithful, Maura, but I don't think you deserve to win this money. So we're gonna go ahead and vote you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, Maura, but you can't be this dumb. You have to be a criminal.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You are the traitor. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. Then she'd be like, but that would be 7 traitors. Or what did she call them? How did she say it? Traitors. That would be 7 traitors. And I'd be like, yeah, I bet there was 7 this season. That's crazy. Bye.
Yeah, bye. I guess you're lucky number 7. Bye.
Bye.
You can go shape your wig now. Bye. Love her wig.
Oh my God. So good. It's an amazing wig. Every night, I bet she just sits and brushes it and sings to it.
Yeah, in the challenge, she had her beanie on, and I was like, that's because her hair is slicked down, ready for the wig.
I'm telling you, from the wig. Genius.
Genius.
She really thought it all through or had someone do it for her. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, she really did. She's so pretty. Okay, well, in the kitchen, Tara's crying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Mark tells. So Rob goes and joins Mark laying on the pool table.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, that's real. Like that's real human emotion. Like I know she's pretty much says she knows she's a faithful.
Yeah.
Like I believe her. And I'm like, why is Mark saying that to Rob? Do you think he thinks that Rob is gonna now tell him that she's a traitor?
I thought that's what he did.
Or is he saying, what is the motivation behind that? Like, why is he saying that to Rob?
I don't know, because I think he might still trust Rob. I think Rob was beginning to be like, so that was weird, huh, Tara? And he was like, no, man. Like, if she was acting, give her an Oscar. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because he's sorry. None of them, they all trust Rob, which is dumb.
I just can't believe it.
I know. I
would never trust someone that good looking. I'd be like, no, there's no way.
And
it'd be the opposite for me. I'd be like, there's no way that you're trustworthy.
And the fact that Michael at some point was like, there's got to be at least one hunk up there, and I'd be like, well, he's the only hunk left, so maybe he is the traitor. I don't know. I just
yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, I think he said it because he still trusts Rob, which is
Water?
After that, banishing another faithful, and being that upset, I probably wouldn't talk to anyone.
You wouldn't talk to anyone?
Well, I wouldn't confide in anyone like right after the round table, being like, oh yeah, man, she's a faithful, I'm a faithful. Like I wouldn't be talking game right away. I'd be like, this sucks. I don't trust anyone. Maybe I should not say anything because what if...
You think that... I don't think they're all that confident going into the round table. I bet half the time they're voting, they're just doing it because the group is doing it, not because they actually believed it.
Especially this motley crew.
And so I think that's why they're reacting like that. It's because...
Yeah, this motley crew especially, they're just like, that was wrong. We were wrong. Okay, yeah. We do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Like, damn. Okay, well, is there any more smoked salmon?
So who's left? Yeah. So does this mean everyone gets some salmon in the morning?
Who's gonna... do we have wine in the bar? Where's the wine?
Yeah. Where's the shitty dessert? Does this mean I get 3 cold hard-boiled eggs in the morning?
Hey, can I get my pills now?
Yeah, right. That'd be me. I'd be like, I need my nighttime pills now. I need a PA. I need PM.
My PM and my evening tea.
Thank you. I need my sleepy time tea. Yeah, I just...
Well...
I've given up hope.
Given up hope.
I still can't wait for the gag. I would love to see Rob be like, okay, you guys made a mistake. And be like, no, bitch. You lost.
I know, because here's the thing. We've seen Rob at his lowest on TV on Love Island, right?
I have not, but I might go back and watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
You should go YouTube it, the clips. But it's like you see him reacting to what he is expressing on camera as like heartbreak and betrayal. And how he's reacting to that and how he's treating other people, or at least how that's projected on the show. And so I wonder, what is Rob gonna do in the finale in like his most desperate moment? If it comes down to him potentially being voted off as a traitor, is he gonna pull anything out of his bag, or is it gonna be he rolls over and shows belly and it's like, guys, you're making a mistake, like, and that's it? Is that all we're gonna get, or is there gonna be like something way more like career making? Because if he comes into this with the right energy and he actually gives us something we don't expect, that's gonna floor the reality TV audience. Like, that's gonna make everyone watching Traitors just be like, Rob is the best game player ever. Like, if he somehow pulls a Hail Mary or does something really dramatic and crazy. He didn't give it to us with the Housewives. That was, for me, like his first opportunity to like really put his hands in the pavement outside of the Chinese Groomans Theater in LA, in reality TV. If he could have like pulled a Dan from Big Brother where he had a fake funeral, almost Ron Funches was halfway there by doing it at the round table the night he got evicted. But like if he did that before and like flipped the house to be in his favor and then went on to like win the game, that would be like a Dan type move. Rob can still do it, but it would have to be something crazy here at the fire pit. Maybe to save Eric, maybe to save himself, maybe to save Maura. What if he does a scene where he like professes his love to Maura?
That'd be nice.
That would
be fun.
erupt the internet.
He's like, I didn't just come here. I didn't just win money. I won love.
Exactly. Maura Higgins, I'm in love with you, blah, 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 blah. Like a whole Love Island style. So something I do on Love Island is like, I choose this boy because he makes me feel tingly in my bathing suit. Oh. And he inspires me to wear the smallest dresses to our cocktail parties every night. He makes me feel confident because he looks at my ass and says, hey, you have a nice ass.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it really is like important to me. I choose Rob.
It's really important to me.
That's what they do in front of the fire pit every time on Love Island. And so I want to, and like they do that, they switch off girls and boys every other week, kind of like Bachelor in Paradise. And so my thing is like, what is Rob gonna pull out in this finale? What is he gonna pull out? What do you think?
I hope he doesn't pull out. Sorry.
What's that character's name again? What's his name?
I don't know. Just gay. Yeah.
Remember the uncle that had like the
Merv?
crooked glasses? Merv.
Oh yeah. Ask me where's the paper.
Wait, okay, so Merv, what do you think? Merv, what do you think Rob's gonna do on the season finale of Traitors? Is he gonna pull out a big dramatic move?
I hope he doesn't pull out. Thank you. My go-to line to get into the character of Merv is ask me where's the paper.
Where's the paper, Merv?
News or toilet? Thank you.
And that was Merv.
That was Merv. Thank
Merv,
you.
everybody.
You could see me at the Groundlings Theater coming up in May.
I'll be watching the show on Sunday
Yep.
at 7:30.
I think he's either gonna pull out some genius move. I think it is kind of still his game to lose, because I think if anyone, because like Eric's not gonna win. I think they're gonna get rid of Eric, and then they'll be like, "Great, we did it. We got them all." So either he'll be helped.
They're gonna be like, Eric, are you a traitor? And he's gonna be like,
What?
and they're gonna go to commercial break, and they're gonna come back from commercial break, like, down in the valley, and Eric's still gonna be like this. I down in another commercial break. Like, it's just gonna be like 30 minutes of Eric thinking and not talking.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Keep
No,
talking.
you're fine.
You were telling us what
I think he's going to pull out some major thing that's going to be genius and be like, okay, I guess he deserves to win. Or he's going to win because they're all stupid. Or or the Faithful will win.
So you're just listing every potential option.
Yes, but I do think,
You're not
but
picking
I
one.
think, but out of the three, he wins in two of them. So I think he is more likely to win. But I think no one left deserves to win.
I want to see if there's Vegas odds on this. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Vegas?
Vegas odds.
This is important research.
Vegas odds, darling.
Okay, Thomas, I found it.
Okay.
The Traitors USA Season 4, the final odds for the winner have been revealed. Here they are. This is from Vegas Insider.
I was going to ask, who is it?
So, yeah, Vegas Insider. Rob Roush is the favorite to win Season 4 with a probability of 60%.
Okay.
6-0.
Okay.
Eric Nam, second highest odds of winning. He has a probability of 25%. Then Mora with 10 is the next in line. So they're not even ranking Johnny and Tara. And yeah.
Damn.
Or Mark.
Yeah, it's just top three, I guess.
Oh, okay. So in general, Team Traitors has the higher odds of winning, probability 67%. Lastly, Mark Ballas has the highest odds of being the final murder of the season
Oh.
with a probability of 55%, followed by Johnny Weir at 35%.
Oh my God, wait.
That's so interesting.
Oh my God, wait. So this just proved me right, because I said out of the three scenarios, Rob wins because he does something cool, Rob wins because they're dumb, or the Faithfuls win. 2 out of 3. That's
You're
67%.
right. Yeah, and it says his is 60. Oh my God. We are literal professionals, you guys. We are professionals at Traitors and reality TV. Like, give us a course to teach at a major university. Seriously, Yale, call me. I mean, just kidding, that's too far. But like USC and UCLA, I should be a professor of reality TV, and Thomas should be a professor. Like, give us money and have us teach the youth about the strategy, because we are pros.
Do I need to start gambling? That's what I'm thinking now.
Me too. I think this could be the thing we actually win money.
Yeah, not sports, but this is my sport.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done.
Because like if it's a 60% chance that Rob wins, or 67% that Team Traitors wins, I'd take those odds.
Now I get why people flip cars when their team loses. Like, they probably put money on it. Yeah, like, I'm always like, wow, these guys care a lot about.
Now I get it.
Yeah, like when people are like causing riots because their team lost, I'm like, okay, I wish I cared about something that I wasn't a part of that much. I get it now.
I don't think that's why. I think people do that because they don't have an emotional outlet, and so they project it in those moments when society says it's acceptable for them to do that and still appear masculine by their definition.
I'm gonna drop my mic real quick. Let's have that conversation.
We'll be back. We should be professors. We could change the youth. No. Okay. Well, we're back. And Thomas is drinking Saratoga. You could see Thomas drinking Saratoga if you were on YouTube right now watching this episode. But maybe you're listening at work or doing something monotonous and silly and you need to be preoccupied. And honestly, that's why I love podcasts. So I really hope that one day we're one of those, something like that for people where they're like working and they're just like, oh, yes, Bravoholics is another episode out. Like, this brings me so much joy. Now my job's not going to suck for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Shout out to everyone working right now. We see you.
Yeah, shout out to, are you at a desk? Are you typing? Are you driving a car and delivering someone's meal? This is for you.
Keep it up.
Are there kids in the back seat and they're fighting and they want to go to McDonald's and you're like, we're not going to McDonald's.
Listen to Thomas and Lindsay. Yeah.
No, they didn't say that, honey. They did not swear.
Well, honey, a cum gutter is what? No, Adonis belt. That's what we say. Adonis belt now.
We call it Adonis belt. Oh my god.
Mommy, does Daddy have cum gutters?
The recall you have should win an award. Someone needs to give you an award for your recall. It is the finest.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Okay, well wait, they go back to the turret. Now it's turret time.
Turret time.
Cue the music, Thomas. Cue it.
Down in the valley. I hate it.
And basically, let's just skip forward to Alan is like, because it's just some bullshit. Like,
Bullshit.
runs to Eric, like, oh, you won the game, blah, blah, but you gotta talk, blah. Okay, moving forward.
This is where Rob pretends
Alan
to include Eric in the
comes
decision. Yeah.
Exactly. He's like buttering up a little bit, and he's like, here's what we're gonna do. Are you listening, Eric?
Yeah.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Alan interrupts them, and he's like, this last killing is gonna be a skull show, honey.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, what do you mean a scorcher? Ooh. And he basically says they're gonna murder in plain sight. They're gonna pick someone, everyone's gonna be called back outside, and someone's gonna die in real time. And they're like, oh my god. And honestly, like, when he did this, my jaw was on the floor because it's already been established Rob can't act in this episode.
Right.
They literally put a clip in the episode that says, like, Rob's really acting today, and it's bad, and I can tell. And there's, like, let's say there's 75 scenes in this episode. That's a choice to use that one because they do collect a ton of footage,
True.
and I think it serves more than one purpose.
True.
So I think that could come back up. And he could be a poor performance when someone gets murdered, and everyone's like, wait, it was Rob.
When Alan's like, the person murdered is, I would just be looking at Rob to see his reaction.
I wouldn't even look at Alan. I'd turn and look at
I'd be like, if this is Rob, I'd be like, how do you feel about this?
You'd be Natalie on Terra. That stare. Oh my god. Literally though, I'm like, if we were like in a line, I'd be like looking at him. And then what is he gonna do? Like, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? That's why I'm saying you have to cover your face. You have to cover your face.
In the words of Phoebe Buffet, this is brand new information.
Okay, Thomas. Well, who would you kill if you were the traitors?
Mark.
Who are you killing? Are you killing? Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Are you killing Mark?
Oh yeah, go ahead and list the names.
I would pick Mora. I would pick Mora. I would.
Okay. I
think it would show that he's like plays the game. He's like, he'd be the ultimate cool guy because he wouldn't care about like anyone else he's playing with, man. He's just playing.
Not bringing this.
Like, he's not trying that hard, but he's not like, he doesn't really care about, he's not getting unfeathered about other people.
Yeah, I carried that bitch up a mountain. I don't give a fuck if she has a crush on me, dude. She's out of here.
Yeah, I just helped her. I just offered to put her on my shoulder. It's not like I like her.
Dude, giving my money to some chick? Nah, dude.
No way, man. No way, man. And no, Colton didn't carry my gold up the hill. No, he didn't.
No, we didn't.
Did he tell you that? Did he tell you believed him? Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god. Gay.
It's only hilarious because he is too.
Oh, right. I didn't even think of that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's gay. You thought that? That's gay.
Oh, you thought I was gay? No,
Oh, no, I'm not gay.
no, man. But like, that's cool for you.
Yeah.
That's cool
for you. Oh, yeah, man. No judgment.
Like, I love that for you.
Yo, yeah.
But, like,
Love is love,
I
bro.
like- I like chicks. I like chicks.
I like chicks. I like snakes, and I like chicks.
You know, like, if I like snakes, like, but not like if I touch snakes, I'm not gay.
Yeah, man. I don't.
There's no way. Like, I pick them up.
Yeah, yeah. Snakes, not like dicks. No, like snakes.
No, they're totally different. But you're funny. I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing. Anyway, how about that, Lisa Rinna?
Yeah. I guess I would murder Mark because he's like I think he's the one that has like the most semblance of a brain left, which is
Yeah.
horrible because we did see Johnny say exactly the right answer. So I would murder him, but I
know,
didn't
but-
have that information.
But if he goes and takes out Johnny, then it's definitely not like Tara. Or is it Tara? Maybe he can still do that. He can still be like,
Yeah, maybe because
maybe he knows that Maura's really not going to piece it together.
and he would keep
I
her.
feel like he does know her the best out of any of us, you know?
Yeah, I think he's gonna keep her because he's like, no, this girl will follow me to the end. I don't know why, but great. And then he said to Mark, like Mark has said now to Rob, it's not Tara. So if he murders Tara or Johnny, then Mark's gonna have a ding, so I think he has to kill Mark.
Yeah. And he's saying Eric's name and he could be like, I did it for Eric. Like, I do want to work with the Traitors. I just couldn't work with Lisa because like everyone was already on her.
And I love that at the end when they're all
Sorry, I keep doing that voice. I don't
It's
know
okay.
why. I'm just like, he's from the South, actually. We should be doing like an Alabama accent.
Right.
But I'm just annoyed. It feels like such a cliche. And I think I'm just annoyed because everyone's talking about how great he is online. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, he's so cool. He's so great. And I'm like, he's really not
He's
that
really not.
special. Okay.
He's-
Like, yeah, he's really, really hot. But like, that's pretty much the baseline for me to let you on my TV show anyway. So everybody's hot.
You think I want to watch a bunch of uggos play this game? No. And
No, it's just like that's what my problem with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Not even that. Sorry. Let's say Love is Blind. I cannot watch Love is Blind.
Oh my God.
Because they're so mid. All the people are so average looking, and they are absolute pieces of shit too. And if I'm gonna watch someone who's an absolute piece of shit, it has to be someone super hot. That way, I can be like, oh, okay, it makes sense that they have a bad personality because they're so beautiful. Right. So like, at least if anyone's gonna be accepted to be doing that, I'm gonna give it to this subjectively beautiful person.
this at least makes sense.
I can't believe that like someone that looks like that could also be mean to me. Like that hurts me too much.
Right. I don't even think Rob's that hot anymore. Like, okay, yes, obviously, if he asked me to do anything, I would do it. But like, he looks like too young. Like whenever he doesn't have stubble, I'm like, that's a child. And his hair, put some product in there, boo. Like it's too fluffy. Like you need.
No, I know. It's like literally it's too fluffy.
It's giving supercuts.
It's like he looks a little 12
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You're right. That's my ick too. Maybe it's better in person. Like maybe his arms are really toned in person, so like you don't really even get to his head because you're just staring at his arms the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably what'll happen to us, but I agree. Like, I honestly think like Johnny Weir is equally as beautiful as Rob Roush. I'm obsessed with Johnny Weir.
Yeah, and
I think he's literally like a princess. Like he's so beautiful.
Right.
His skin literally is made of diamonds.
it's giving symmetry.
Like-
it's giving cheekbones. Yeah,
It's giving class. Like it's giving timeless elegance.
it's giving
And
card from the Mount Olympus because he's an Olympian.
and for me and my female gaze, I'm like Johnny Weir is pretty fantastic.
Johnny, we're here for you, sweetie. you know.
We're going on lots of rants today.
We are.
Editor Lindsay's gonna hate this episode. But there's so much to talk about, like going into the finale. Thomas, what expectations do you have going into the finale? What do you think you're gonna see?
I think when you see something that truly upsets me, I don't think I'm gonna be happy with whoever wins. But that's okay.
It's going to be a crazy episode. We have the murder at the top of the episode,
True.
the last challenge, and then the fire pit where Alan wears this hideous blue poncho that has gems on it that, quite frankly, I actually literally believe my inner child jumped out of my body and created for him and then gave to him to wear and then jumped back inside. And like my adult self is just being critical of it.
Oh, wow.
Because if I was 6, those gems on something would just like blow my mind.
Do we need to unpack this? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm great.
Okay, good.
That's why I'm so aware of what my inner child likes. But I'm just saying, like, I also hate it. I hate that he's wearing. It's ugly. It's also ugly.
But also like the fire is like.
Fleece.
Oh yeah, that is bad. The fire looked like it was indoors. Like it looked like it was at the round table. That's not usual. Usually they go outside.
Oh wait, they're gonna do it inside.
It looked like it on the preview. It looked like it was inside.
Wait, wouldn't it be cool if they did it in front of like a grand fireplace in the living room instead? That'd be way better.
And then whoever gets murdered, they put them in the fireplace.
You have to get up from your chair. You have to get up from your chair and drag the person to the fire pit and then just kick them in it and be like, I think Mark is a traitor.
Yep. And you shove him into,
That'd be cool.
and they replace him in the last minute with a mannequin, like the old shows used to do. Love that.
And he goes up in flames. And are they green or are they red?
Right.
That's producers. You can take that.
Got it.
Just put us on the show.
If we don't get cast in this next season, we should just be producers, really.
They should. Can we submit an audition tape to be
Producer?
a producer?
Hey, can you imagine if we were just like audition tape? We're like, yeah, I know this is for the show, but no, I'm gonna be a producer. Here's what you need.
Here's our idea.
Here's what you need. And
Do it. Wait, do it.
So here's what you need. Secret traitor, that was cute, but we're gonna need it for about 6 episodes. Don't tell us who any of the traitors are, okay? And then we need some incentives, and we need some when there's failures, and we need consequences, okay? And we're gonna put people in fires, okay? We're talking mannequins. We're talking brutal deaths on screen. Yeah, and we'll just do that.
Just like that, and then they'll be like, "Okay, you're a producer. You made it on the show."
Or they'll be like, "Do you want to be a contestant?" I'll be like, "Okay." That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We will both be contestants. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Oh my god, we should make a joint tape.
Yeah, this was our joint tape. We just did it.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna send
God.
that in.
Yeah, send that in, and then if when I come to LA, we'll make another one just in case.
Okay. Is the deadline still open by then?
I think so. We should triple check after this.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Okay, great. Well, we'll be on Traitors, and I guess Rob is a 60% chance of winning. So Vegas believes in him.
Right. It's real boys
What do you
town over there
believe?
too.
What is going to be the end? Go. The one thing. Which one do you think? Not the options.
I don't get my 3 options.
Which outcome do you feel in your gut is going to be the outcome?
In my gut. I think. Well, it depends on who gets murdered.
No, right now,
right
just
now?
take a guess.
Okay.
It's not like written in stone. You're not going to be hung in the town square for being
I don't want to
wrong.
look stupid like Tara. Okay. Right now, but pre-murder, I think that Mark, Johnny, and Tara, or Tara, Johnny, Mark, Johnny, Tara will win.
Yeah. That's what I think. I really I think that's gonna be the outcome. But I actually hope Eric wins. I hope
That is
somehow
wild.
Rob does something that really puts him under the microscope to start, and he ends up like doing something big that to defend himself, and it's just too heavy-handed, and the group has already decided that they can't let this like straight man win. It has to be team girls and gays.
Yep.
And Mark is basically unofficial gays because he dances. And so
And it has that hair.
And everyone's bi anyway.
Yeah.
But like so they end up like going up against Rob first, and Maura like tries to defend him all she wants, but they still vote him out. And then they debate, like Maura comes for Tara or something, and then Johnny's like, oh, I know it's not Tara. I can say I know it's not her. Like, she's definitely a faithful. And then Mark is like on the fence about it, but even if he votes, but then he doesn't vote Tara out because he believes in Tara.
Right.
We saw that in the cut. And so then Maura gets voted off because they're like, well, you could be a traitor though, coming for her, because I know she's a faithful. And then they could win. And then Eric wins because he's still in there and they just forgot about him. Because of the Rob.
Yeah, maybe.
No, Mark's going to
I was saying Mark still might. So my guess is my guess of Mark, Tara, Johnny winning is if Maura is murdered. I think if Mark is murdered, Rob will win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he'll have enough numbers of people who are going to be like, okay, yeah, no, you're right.
And Vegas also thinks Mark is going to be murdered, so it sounds like that's how it's going to go. Oh, I'm already bored.
Right? Right? I know.
Did we ruin it for ourselves? This is so boring. I knew it was going to be boring. Once they didn't do anything special to like try to convince a group of dummies that Lisa and Candace were faithfuls, I'm like, oh, it's going to be boring. And it is.
This is like, last year was really boring because
they've got to do something.
I know.
Again, call us.
Let us be producers / contestant producers.
But not just like any producer. We have to actually make all the decisions. Like, if you want our help, you have to just let us decide things.
Yeah, give us free reign.
It's not like we're going to put you on the payroll and then not listen to you.
Right? Because like all these things, all these scenarios we just listed, I'm like, ugh, ew. Like, I'm not happy with any of them.
I know. And I feel like they could be just like so much better pushed along.
I'm honestly more excited for the reunion than the finale.
Oh, the reunion is going to be... I'm so excited for the reunion.
Yes.
No, the reunion is going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Monet is probably just going to show up.
Full dragoons. Yeah.
It's going to be dragging behind her for blocks. They're going to actually have to close down like part of Times Square because it's going to like overflow. Mm-hmm. And I know they're filming in Scotland.
Yeah,
so think
not in Times Square.
Think about that.
You know, they film at the Olive Garden in Times Square. Yeah.
The Olive Garden.
Yeah, you've never been there? Don't go. Do not go.
Don't go. Not a sponsor. No. But no, okay, you're right. And I just think, okay, so Lisa Rinna is on a book tour, and she's talking about her new book, and she was at the Grove the other day here in LA, and she was talking to the audience doing Q&A, and they were asking her all these questions about Traitors.
Love.
They were asking her all these questions about Traitors, and she was answering them all. And she says she said that she gave it to Colton because the rumors are that he walked off set during the reunion filming. But I think that that's expected because, of course, they're going to bring up stuff that they're not supposed to talk about. And like the Bravo rules of reunion is you storm out and have a diva moment. Of course, Colton's going to want to have a stupid diva moment. So like, I expect him to storm out. But the context of the conversations that they're having with Colton is what I'm curious about. Like, is anyone bringing that stuff up? And if so, who and what are they saying? And who's not talking? And like all that juice. I can't wait. But I don't think Rinna necessarily comes at him for that stuff. I think she comes at him for like comments he made during filming and stuff like that because he's a little bit of a shit talker.
Yeah.
Like we've seen him like leaning in and talking shit to people that he's like.
And he's on like a podcast tour right now.
He is?
Who did he just? Oh, he came up on Harry Jousey's podcast.
Oh my God. Harry Jousey. Isn't he from another one of these toxic dating shows?
Too Hot to Handle, yeah. And Perfect
God.
Match season 2.
What did he say on that? Probably like,
I saw a clip where he just was like I don't know. I didn't even compute what he was saying because the whole time I was like, oh yeah. But you should. And also I don't like Harry Jousey because the name of his podcast is Boyfriend Material, which was R.I.P. the name of my short-lived web series. Yeah.
the short-lived web
Don't
series that
look
I
it up.
directed, my first directorial debut.
Yes, Lindsay's directorial debut.
Definitely look it up. It is gold. Actually, I'm going to insert it right here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to get to watch boyfriend material in 3, 2, 1.
Boop, boop. Just a quick screening. Thank you for your service. Okay. Hi, thank you.
Hey.
Oh my god. Oh, I think I just drank fire. Why did you let me do that?
Hey, stop it. That's for Parker.
It's fine. She'll be fine.
give
She'll
it
understand.
back.
Yes,
Come on.
she'll be fine. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. I can't stop shaking.
Well, coffee probably wasn't the best choice.
Seriously, can you help me?
You've practiced your speech a lot. But let's hear it again.
Okay. So your friendship means so much to me, but I've been feeling something lately that's kind of hard to describe. But here it goes. What I'm saying is, I'm in love with you.
That time, actual goosebumps.
Really?
Yes. Wow, I can't believe this is actually happening tonight. We are so happy for you.
Parker, what'd you think?
I think they gave me half a cup of coffee.
What?
Yeah, it definitely feels lighter.
All right. So, is this what you're wearing?
Yeah, I think so.
It's perfect. Plus, your ass looks great in those pants.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Is this your something you dropped?
Hey, Fabio, there's a hole in your ass? Well, another one.
Oh, man.
Just wear your black ones.
But, I mean, my ass.
Wear blue underwear and no one will see the hole.
Okay, I can do that.
Did either of you drink some of my coffee?
What? No.
Yeah, you know how capitalism works. They jack up the price, then they give you less product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what tie are you gonna wear?
I have narrowed it down to this blue one or this striped one.
I'll text. And
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call them
Sent.
because this is ridiculous. I mean, you guys think I should say something?
sure. If you feel like that's like worth your time. Oh. Okay, Mom says the striped one because the green will bring out your eyes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, and Dad says poop emoji. JK, JK, LOL. Hashtag looking fresh.
That's classic Dad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
I'm
that.
definitely gonna say something because I go there.
Parker, please,
for my-
please. I drank the coffee. Okay, I was freaking out over the most important night of my life, and I'm sorry. I took a sip of the latte that you didn't even pay for. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I knew it.
I'm shaking again. Great.
Oh, do you need some coffee?
Thomas, are you okay?
Took you long enough to admit it. I mean, my mouth slid right off the smattering of lip balm you left
Okay,
behind.
I've been very chapped lately, and you know that.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, we had to rush out 5 minutes later so he could use the bathroom.
That's true.
Oh, of course he did. I get whole milk in mine. Seriously, Thomas. You have nothing to worry about. You're ready. 5 months is a long time. That's like almost half a year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this.
I don't think we could practice anymore. You've literally memorized
Okay,
it.
but what if when I go to say it all just like falls out of my head?
That is possible.
What? Parker, that's ridiculous. She was joking. Tell him you were joking.
Okay, I was just joking.
Here, let me fix your tie.
Great. I missed something that is literally right under my nose. What if I miss something else? What if I get boogers or food in my teeth? I mean, what if my hair gets messed up?
What do you mean?
You all know exactly what I mean. You've all seen my thinning hair when exposed to even a whisper of a breeze. I'm more than flirting with a comb over. Why do you think I walk so slowly?
Just go to the bathroom and fix it.
Yeah, but then it'll be obvious that he cares about his hair.
You've got to stop helping.
It's okay to care about your hair. Look, I was really nervous before my first date with a certain someone. I'll have you know that I brought up all 4 of my exes in conversation and threw up on his feet at the end of the night.
No one feels sorry for you.
It was far from a perfect night for both of us.
Yeah, but you're, 3 years later, you're Lenny and Charlie, the best thing to happen to each other.
All right, let's pump the brakes a little.
Yeah, but that's our point. I mean, our first date was a disaster. You see how well it worked out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Besides, you're beyond prepared. Right? You've got home field advantage. You've got the surprise factor. You've done your research. You know what food pairs with what wine because the website said it
Shows
shows confidence.
Right. You're right.
Besides, I had none of those things the night I swept Charlie off her feet.
Oh, babe.
Okay, do I need to be here for this?
Is that...
On my way.
Got this.
Break a leg.
Do you have gum?
Yeah?
You should chew it.
Thank you. Love you all. Please keep your phones on you at all times.
Of course. Let us know if you need anything, okay? Good luck.
I'm in love with you. You think that's okay?
Yes, it was very nice.
Thank you, Chef. Do you go by Chef, or do you have like what's your name? Because chefs, I feel like chefs like to be called Chef, but is it chefs or is it chefs like elves?
Mark, my name is Mark. And you can relax. It's my job to make sure this meal is as stress-free and romantic for you as possible.
Okay. Can you run through this with me again?
Sure. So we're gonna start off with the wine and cheese board, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pair it down.
Okay. Here. Okay. Here. I'm sorry. Great. That sounds great. Okay. Great. Great. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Great. Great. Thank you so much. Great. Cool. Okay. Great.
How are you?
I'm good. Great, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say great like that. Like Tony the Tiger, the cereal. Great. How are you?
I'm starved. Sorry I was running late.
Oh, no, it's okay. You're worth it. Because you're worth it. L'Oreal.
Right.
I guess I'm talking in slogans tonight.
Are you ready to go? The reservation's in like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
I just gotta grab my wallet really quick.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I might need your help finding it.
Well, did you think about where the last place you put it was?
I don't know. I could use your help looking for it.
Why does it require me to
Just come inside and help, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway. My great aunt used to say, pray to St. Anthony, and then you could find it, so maybe you could do that.
I actually have a great Uncle Anthony.
Wow. This is fancy. I guess it explains the tie. How much did this cost?
Oh, I found a Groupon for it, so.
Well, let me Venmo you for half.
Oh, no.
Really, I feel like I should.
It's my treat.
I would love to
It's
Venmo
my
you
treat.
for half. I mean, this is too much.
It's my treat.
Too much.
It's my treat. It's a special night.
It is? Wait, is it your birthday? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot your birthday. I totally forgot. I feel
It's
like
the,
a dick.
Summer solstice?
Wow. It's good wine.
Yeah, I know.
Although I'm more of a red drinker usually.
Oh, me too. Mark, can we get a red going? I love a good cab sav. It usually pairs nicely with a porterhouse or any cut of red meat, really, that has a robust flavor, complementing with the full-bodied tannins of a red.
Have you ever had it with foie gras?
Oh no, is that here? Is that like a full-bodied cheddar?
Foie gras isn't cheese, it's duck liver.
Duck liver.
Yeah, I had it for the first time in France with Patrick. It's amazing.
Okay, sounds good. Mark, do we have any? Who's Patrick?
Oh, I feel like I've talked to you about him.
I don't think so. Is he like friend or a dog? No. No, I'm not sweating.
Patrick's my brother.
I would have remembered that clearly male name.
What?
What?
Why do you all watch this crap?
Silence you, man, Charlie.
Babe, this is actually a serious look into the inner workings of humanity. You get to see people at the core of who they really are.
They're eating day-old cheese and running 12 miles. It's not exactly humane.
You guys, it's him. Hey, T-Man, how's it going?
I can't do it. I've been like shoving more and more food in my mouth to stop it from talking.
It can't be that bad.
I have no concept of what an acre is. That has to be toilet water. Do you ever feel like you're just brushing your teeth all wrong? It's bad.
Listen, Thomas, this is clearly eating you up inside. You're not going to have an answer unless you tell him how you feel. Spit it out.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Yeah, this isn't cute anymore, so just let it go like Elsa.
Okay. I'll do it.
We killed that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
We're good people.
Oh my god, look at this. Look at that.
That's funny. Because the dog was sleeping. That's funny.
He runs into the wall.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I'm in love with you.
Sorry. What?
I'm in love with you.
So, did you guys like
Did
that?
you like
Wasn't that was Thomas, young Thomas in LA. He wrote and produced and starred in Boyfriend Material. My favorite scene in that series is when he's eating this ice cream. And it's because Thomas's physical comedy is so chef's kiss.
Thanks.
It is so deeply funny.
Remember?
That's my favorite
Remember when I
part.
almost threw up?
I just like love the lore of all the people that were in it too, and like where they are now. Like in the season we're currently in, like what is this, like season 5 or 7 or something for us, like season 14. I don't know. I feel like the lore of where they ended up. Like remember them from season 2? Like that was iconic. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we'll leave it on that nostalgic note.
Yeah, go watch that. Go watch Colton's interview. Well, no, don't watch it.
No, literally do not.
I'll watch the
Do not
clips.
do it.
I'll watch the
You can
clips.
let us know if you want us to do. Thomas, you watch it.
Okay. I'm gonna watch clips. I'm not gonna watch all of it, but I just.
Get us the summary. Get us the Spark Notes.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God, Spark Notes.
Saved my ass a few times.
Yeah, No Fear Shakespeare. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Seriously. I learned Shakespeare through Spark Notes. Okay. Anyway, you guys have a great whatever rest of your week until next
Great,
Traitors.
whatever.
And like we'll talk to you we'll talk to you soon.
Have a great whatever.
The worst outro ever. We'll see you at next week's meeting. Oh my god.
You didn't say champagne, cold, and
Champagne tagline's iconic.
Champagne.